crowd to Solana. Welcome to the show, 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 crowd to Solana. Welcome to the show with the three amigos. Hotman, Crowder, and Solana on FM radio. Them boys be sliding, so we riding and we ready to go. 100,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing coca out to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hotman can't stop from each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who rock up 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Quinn, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do him wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the fast while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
welcome to the show. That is our guy, Georgie. I don't say it enough, but Georgie Music on social media. Jorg Music, Muzik on social media. He does our theme song. I notice it says in there, bringing it strong for football season, something along those lines. I don't know if he's got anything planned when it's no longer football season. Maybe he's going to be in the lab. But when Georgie puts it out, we'll put it on the air. That's how we start the show.
Huge South Florida sports fan, by the way.
Oh, my God.
He reps
lives
everything.
And dies South Florida sports. So we love our guy, Georgie. We love our theme song that starts the program. Crowder will be joining us momentarily, although he said that yesterday and he never showed up. So I say that with a grain of salt. He told us yesterday that because he was in Orlando. I don't know if you saw any of the clips on Ryan Clark's Instagram.
No.
It's Crowder yelling at a silverback gorilla, how he's going to assemble 100 guys to take the gorilla down.
Oh, yeah. Still doing that, huh?
Yeah, he's still on that bit. So anyway, Crowder told us yesterday, because I knew they were at Disney doing stuff for the pivot, that, hey, I'll be there about an hour late. He would do the show from Orlando, and then he just never showed up. We haven't had a good show, but he just never showed up. And then today he said OTW, which I can't imagine he texted. Would he write OTW?
Man.
Maybe. I wouldn't even use that. You wouldn't use that.
I use OMW, on my way. OTW?
On the way.
On the way? No, I wouldn't use that.
Well, he says he's on the way. He showed us a picture of traffic, but I don't know if he'll actually be here now. But I'm assuming that he is.
Could be AI.
This one seems to be. Could be Allen Iverson. You're right. Maybe it was Allen Iverson that texted
True.
us. Yeah. Jimmy's having a rough day today, man. I'll get into that later. Doesn't look great for the Miami Hurricanes after last night's college football rankings show. There are still some possibilities. We're going to talk about it today. Zach Gelb is going to join us today. Alex Dono from Locked On Canes, he's going to join us today. I don't know if you saw Adam Lichtenstein. He covers the Hurricanes for the Sun Sentinel. He tweeted, the penultimate college football playoff rankings are out. The Hurricanes are number 12, and their playoff hopes are on life support. And I thought that was a perfect tweet. Their playoff hopes are on life support. I thought maybe a little momentum. I saw the college football playoff guy, whatever, he left room that there could still be jockeying, although I don't know why you would jockey Notre Dame or Miami when they're both not playing. Whatever. I'll watch and see what happens, but I'm kind of in agreement with Adam Lichtenstein there. Their playoff hopes are on life support. So we'll monitor it. We'll see what Alex Dono has to say.
I don't feel good about it at all, by the way. I'm really bummed. I was driving home yesterday from Amerant Bank Arena, and I was bummed because I kind of allowed you to talk me into this momentum shift, and then Marco Rubio sitting next to Trump, and they're talking about it. I'm like, if
there seems to be a groundswell of support.
You got literally in the Oval Office, they're talking about University of Miami. Maybe that'll do the trick. And I knew it coming in, like. It's whatever, man.
Well, it's on life support.
Yeah.
We we'll talk about it today, and we'll find out for sure after the conference championship games on Saturday, and then they have the final whatevers on Sunday.
You don't seem as mad as I thought you were going to be.
Well, I've been mad the last couple of days. I'm kind of resigned to it at this point. Now it seems to be kind of done. Like I had been angry but holding out hope and whatever. And then after last night, it's kind of like, well, it seems like the writing on the wall is there. I don't give much hope for all of a sudden a committee member saying, this week I'm going to put Miami ahead of Notre Dame. So that was my hope for yesterday, that, more intelligent decision-making from the committee would come to bear. Doesn't seem to have been that way. So now you're relying on some conference championship upsets and see what happens. But I don't know why someone would have Notre Dame ahead of Miami yesterday, and then neither team plays, and then next Sunday
swap them.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
I see people saying that's the best path forward. BYU gets blown out, just completely blown out, and then now they swap Miami and Notre Dame, but they haven't done it for the past 5 weeks.
So why would you do it now?
I can't wrap my head around it. Hoch, this is supposed to be this process. You got rid of the computers and the stats and all that. This is supposed to be a room of 12 people, 12 level-headed, rational, football-knowing people who sit down, share ideas, and come up with the best 12 teams in the country. How is it possible? And I understand we're biased with Miami. I get it. How is it possible there isn't anybody in that room saying, guys, we literally turning a blind eye to the thing that matters most, the product on the field head-to-head?
I see backstage Crowder has connected in his car. He's holding the microphone up while he's driving. That's a disaster. Can you
Hello?
Can you hear Crowder?
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hey, everybody okay?
Are you okay?
I can't hear y'all. Y'all can hear me?
I'd prefer that you don't do this. You're driving and you're holding
I'm on
a
the
microphone.
Sawgrass.
Yeah, I would prefer. My preference.
Y'all were talking bad about y'all. Y'all were talking bad about me. So I said, you know what? Let me see if the Chevy link works. And the Chevy link works.
Actually, it opens up a whole new arena for us when we do our drive-through radio. Like, we see that it sounds good and looks good, but I'm not comfortable with him driving on the Sawgrass while doing the radio show, while holding a microphone in one hand.
I understand why, but this only leads to a really viral video one way or another. So, I mean, Crowder, I hope you're safe throughout this entire process. But either way, this is going to be phenomenal.
No, why don't you talk about level heads prevailing like in the college football playoff committee? Why don't you disconnect, drive safely to your home or the studio, whichever way you're headed, and then do the show, from the safety of a stationary room?
Oh, whoa.
Or, Crowder, you've got Delaware here. Go ahead.
Just honk your horn. We want to hear you honk your horn.
These big trucks.
Let's hear you honk your horn. Come on. Yeah.
Y'all got it?
Anybody who's watching the video stream,
I got a man's
horn. Just delighted. He's holding up this giant snowball microphone. He's got his headphones in. Look absurd.
Yeah, it's a nice ride. It's a beautiful day.
Where are you?
I went on I am on the Sawgrass, actually. I left Orlando at 11, thinking, okay, 11, 12, 2 o'clock I'd be back. I got caught in traffic, but they made us go on the safari at Animal Kingdom this morning.
Yeah, I saw a video on Ryan Clark's Instagram. You were trash talking the gorilla, but Ryan and Fred were very adamant you were not going to assemble a crew that was going to be able to beat that gorilla, not even the little one.
Because they're pudding. That's why. That gorilla didn't look so tough in person. He was scary, eating beans. I don't know, man. They're not as aggressive as y'all think.
All right. Well, jump into the pen, and that would be the second most dangerous thing you do today. I do not feel comfortable being party to this. I know what's happened with you before, abandoning vehicles on the side of the road. How about you? You concentrate on driving.
18,
What'd you say?
18 minutes. That's what the little man says to me.
Perfect. You concentrate on driving. 18 minutes. That would be what? 2:30. Time to go to the dentist.
Yes, sir.
2:30. All right. We will speak with you at 2:30. Disconnect and eyes on the road. Hands at 10 and 1. I saw disaster coming a mile away and just didn't want to be party to that.
I can't believe he figured out how to do that.
Shocking.
Whatever
because he
just
would have
did.
had to put the headphones into the phone.
No. That wasn't his phone, Hoch.
You think that was his computer?
He just said he's on Chevy Wi-Fi. His truck has Wi-Fi. The fact that he knew that.
But I think he hit the link off his phone.
No, he can't plug his microphone into his phone. He was on Wi-Fi in his truck, connected his laptop, put his headphones in, connected his mic, and signed in from Wi-Fi on his truck.
I mean, you think you know a guy, and he does that.
Crazy.
That was shocking. You know, I was recording an episode of the podcast with Stu Gatz today, and Taylor, our producer there, had to have us switch from Zoom to StreamYard. And so we get to StreamYard. Stu Gatz, he starts talking, and I can tell the microphone's not connected. And so I go, your microphone's not connected. We weren't recording. And he immediately went to the drop down. I could see. And he's like, can you hear me now? I go, yeah. I go, this is amazing because you think you know someone.
Right.
I mean, Stu Gatz could be in that pen with the Silverbacks. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, you think you know someone. And then he goes, I can't hear you guys. So I start going, hey, you see the settings, the gear? You're going to click on the gear. And then Taylor says to me, he can't hear you. Like, he literally can't hear you. And I see him, doot. He goes, okay, got you guys now. I go, who are you?
Wow.
That's not the guy that I knew 15 years ago. Who are you?
You would have had to have driven to his house
100%.
to help him do it.
100%. Anyway, Panthers, we were there yesterday. They got blown out last night. And admittedly, that wasn't close to the team that they've put together. So I give it a little leeway, but still embarrassing to lose like that at home. Third home loss in a row. They've got sole possession of last place in the Atlantic Division. So it will get dicey there in a minute. Today is National Green Bean Casserole Day. A very important day, in my opinion. I'm going to be enjoying green bean casserole starting next Thanksgiving again forevermore. Right. So I'm pretty excited about that.
You only have to wait 365 days, Hoch.
We have on today's program, Jimmy doesn't know who's joining us today, but we have Zach Gelb and Coach Jim Larinaga.
They are?
And Alex Dono from Locked On Canes. So we have a loaded potato for you. So let's get, and Crowder will be at his little studio setup in about 14 minutes from now. So everything's moving smoothly. Let's get headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
I saw earlier today that Mike McDaniel was asked about trying to overcome short yardage situations and pick up short yardage situations. Here's the quote. I'm just reading it right now. We've had 2 games in a row with failed fourth down attempts, and those were in critical situations. The failures are real. We had success earlier in the season. We have to be better. All things are on the table. What's on the table, though?
No, just give it to HN. Why are there things on the table? Take Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon off the table. Off the table. Start taking things off the table. Don't put more things on the table. Give the ball to Devon Achane. He's the offense. He's the only one who can make things happen. Coach, have you noticed 4th and long, he will get the ball in the end zone. Now you're talking 4th and short. Take everything off the table but Devon Achane.
His table's too big. He's got like one of these massive dining room tables. He needs like a fold-out table, and the only thing there that fits is Ollie Gordon.
No, not Ollie Gordon.
I mean, Devon Achane.
Devon Achane, and it's a card the one that your dad eats at during the
Right.
Tour de France, the little the fold-out
The
table.
fold-out table.
That only fits your dad's drink and a pastelito. That's it. That's the table.
And a carton of cigarettes.
Everything's on the table. What could possibly be on the table? He's watching Devon Achane do incredible things every time he touches the football. What could possibly be on the table?
The Miami Dolphins, speaking of McDaniel, they're going to play Sunday in New York. People keep talking about the weather, Hawk. I'm not concerned because just give it to Achane. I mean, what else are you doing?
Like
just give
Crowder used to say, give the ball to Achane.
The Panthers, as you mentioned, no bueno last night. I'm concerned with the Panthers, not because they're not a great team, but they're just banged up.
Well, they're just not the team they assembled.
It's a different team.
Yeah.
Canes Hoops beat Ole Miss last night. Shout out to them.
Yeah, how about that?
The Miami Heat play in Dallas tonight. It's an 8:30 p.m. game.
AD,
I think, is going to play.
Okay.
And he looked really good the other night. You saw they beat Denver.
I did not see that.
Yeah. I mean, that was a big victory.
That was like a big AD and big Cooper Flag game, or
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. If I quizzed you, because it's the 20-year anniversary, we don't have to do it now, but if I quizzed you on the 2006 Miami Heat championship team, do you think you'd be able to kind of like remember any of that?
No.
Any of that run at all, other than Dwayne Wade heroics?
No.
All right, we'll do it later.
I don't even know who they beat.
The Chargers think Justin Herbert is going to play on Monday.
Who did they beat?
They're playing the Mavericks tonight, Hawk.
Right. But I thought they lost to the Mavericks.
In 2011. That was the first LeBron year.
Gotcha. So they beat the Mavericks in 06?
I mean, you haven't seen all these quotes from Mark Cuban 20 years later still crying because he thinks the referees cheated them out of the title.
So that was, I didn't realize that when I was betting the 11 championships, that was a payback series for the Mavericks. I wish I would have known that then.
Revenge series. Were you here in 2006?
Yeah, I was in the parade. I was.
I know. That's crazy. All right. Chargers are
Who
still,
are you? You don't look anything like Crowder.
Hawk's going to send it to commercial break later, and we'll be right back on 790 The Ticket. Dan interviews Charles Barkley next.
It all gets very confusing. I mean, I did one show today with Stu Gotts. Now I'm doing a show with you. I don't know what's going on.
Crowder's
anymore.
in a car.
Neither do I.
Did that really happen? Crowder really? That wasn't in my head? Crowder really connected from his car?
Allen Iverson. Chargers think Justin Herbert's going to play Monday. They play the Eagles. This dude had surgery Monday. So this past Monday, they play Monday Night Football. Trey Lance is the backup. I don't know how he's going to play a week after surgery, but that's the update there. And USF isn't poaching my guy Willie Simmons because today a Dolphins legend has been signed. He was the offensive coordinator at Ohio State. Brian Hartline is the new head coach.
It's a good hire. That's a good hire.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? Or because I texted Appel, are you happy about this? And he sent me this long paragraph about how he's such a great hire and he was in the running for top jobs. And I told him, well, if he was in the running for top jobs, he didn't get those top jobs. So I don't know really how great of a hire he is. But is it just because it's Brian Hartline and for us down here?
There's certainly a Florida connection, and they are the University of South Florida.
Right.
But there is a Florida connection. But he has shown his chops in the coaching ranks like he has. It's not I don't think it's a wild swing.
The big news this morning, or for those of you who were up really late last night, the Clippers told Chris Paul to go home and sat his ass down.
Crazy. This is so crazy.
This is like the Miami Heat sending
Dwayne Wade on his return. Yes, it is.
Well, I mean, Dwayne Wade won an NBA title for the Miami Heat by himself.
But many people are pointing out, I think it was Chris B. Haynes that I saw, that Chris Paul was going to be the first Clipper retired ever. The first Clipper number player ever retired by that organization. And to just summarily say, nah, I know it's your farewell season, go home.
They could have framed this a little bit better, right? Like, hey, we're going to do him a solid, actually. We're going to let him go find another team, which I'm sure they'll do. But this was, hey,
it shows you
it's
how
bad.
much he was disliked there. I had read something from Shams that said essentially he wasn't even talking
To Ty Lue.
Was
not
not
talking.
even talking for the last 2 or 3 weeks.
It doesn't help when you're averaging under 3 points a game.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously it's a lot easier to do when the team stinks and he stinks. So
they've lost 14 of 16.
Yeah, it's brutal. And so, if you're trying to go, hey, we do have talent here with Kawhi. I was thinking, I'm not putting Jim Larinaga on the spot today when he joins us.
Yeah.
His son is a coach. I am not going to have Jim Larinaga become a story and have him comment on the Chris Paul situation. But it is interesting, right? Like, it's interesting if you look at the roster, any roster with Kawhi. Look at the old Toronto roster, any roster with Kawhi. If you look at it and you go, you know what? We are not what our record shows. And there's a guy here who is bringing everything down. He's surly. He doesn't really seem to want to be here. He doesn't get along with anybody. Well, he's a legend, though. I don't care. I've got this season to worry about. And so it's like, yeah, hit the bricks.
Yeah, but to me also, there's a bit of a scapegoat thing going on here. They made clearly, because the president released a statement, we're not blaming him for our underperformance. And that's fine. You can say that. But you've got an owner who's being investigated and accused of literally circumventing the salary cap. You've got a player who accepted almost $50 million allegedly of money he didn't earn legally. And you've got a team that's the oldest roster in the NBA, a coach that has ties to a federal investigation of a illegal gambling ring with the mob. And then they're like, hey, you know what's really going on here? Chris Paul stinks.
Well, no, but I think what they're
come on.
saying is, hey,
What are
there's
we
a
doing?
lot of stuff to clean up, but why should we have someone around who's making it miserable on everyone and adding nothing to this team? I mean, has that been the knock on him forever? He's a surly, unlikable guy.
No, nobody likes Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Nobody likes him. Anyways, your weather. Sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. It is in the 80s today, or right now. Tonight, it'll be in the 70s, and it is partly cloudy. That is accurate, according to my weather app.
All right. Did you say the sponsor?
I did.
So Zach Gelb is going to join us in the next segment. It looks like Crowder will probably be signed on as well, as long as she'll be 5 minutes away based on his last GPS when he told us 18 minutes. I was going to go during this commercial break to get a Coke Zero out of the vending machine. There's none left, of course. It doesn't make any sense. They fill up the vending machine, 2 rows of Coke Zero. You come back at the end of the time, whenever it's supposed to, for them to refill it again, guess what's gone? 2 rows of Coke Zero. Guess what's still there? 14 bottles of knee-high grape. Hey, do the math, vending jackasses.
And guess what? That vending machine's not getting restocked until February. So good luck, Hoch. I promise.
That is very true.
And
that better not be the case.
That is 100% true.
How's that possible that it's not being restocked till February?
I mean, you spent 2 months in the studio now, and it took 2 months for the vending machine to be restocked. Do the math here. And by the way, Hoch, you're upset. Who you should really be upset with is the guy sitting across the glass over there, because this building's pretty much empty all day.
He could have bought the last Coke Zero, put it in the fridge for me.
I did not. Remember, I sent the pictures of the Coke Zero.
I
just to
know,
show you.
but Solana's saying you could have bought it, put it in the back of the fridge, put my name on it.
Well, that's true. I could have done
No.
that.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you, Jimmy loves Coke Zero, and he's the only person who puts money in that vending
You
machine.
drank it?
No.
You drank it.
No, I did
You
not.
drank my last Coke Zero?
No, I did not.
You drank. I am going to pour knee-high grape down your pants.
I did not buy it.
All right. Zach Gelb is going to join us in the next segment. Here's something I know a little bit about: changing out your roof on your house. Perfect Choice Roofing. If you need a roof repair or a brand new roof, my guy Party Peter at Perfect Choice Roofing has you covered. Such a nice guy, too. He was up in the studios when we had Coke Zero in the vending machine. I'd have been embarrassed to bring him up here when there's only knee-high grape. Remember this website, roofhotline.com. Perfect Choice Roofing. They offer instant range estimating, so you can get a price range of your roof within 30 seconds and see different roof options at the same time just by visiting roofhotline.com. Like I said, maybe you don't need an entire new roof. Maybe it's just a repair. Maybe you've got some shingles that are bad. Maybe you see a little leak on the ceiling, and you go, I think I got some bad shingles here. You don't want to allow that to become a major problem, because that really can become a major problem. So take care of it now at roofhotline.com. Party Peter and roofhotline.com have you covered. There is no job they can't do. So obviously, when you're talking about your roof, you're looking for a reliable company. That is Perfect Choice Roofing. They offer the best manufacturer warranty, like a 30-year warranty. Just contact Perfect Choice Roofing at roofhotline.com. Again, whether it's an entire new roof or just a repair, Party Peter and Perfect Choice Roofing have you covered. That website is roofhotline.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Somebody has dubbed me on the text machine Bad Bet Bunny. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The Welcome to Rockville Music Festival returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th through the 10th, featuring Guns N' Roses, the Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Godsmack, and more. And we've got a chance for you to win a pass for all 4 days. This is a great prize. The word today, the code word today is mayhem. Text the word mayhem to 20357. That's 20357. Text mayhem to 20357. You are entered into the contest. For more info, go to WQAM.com. Tickets are also available for purchase at welcometorockville.com. It is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Do not text and drive. That also goes for Crowder. Do not do the show while driving, which is what he did in the 2:00 segment, joined us from his car. And I am a big proponent of not doing radio shows with video and a microphone while you're driving. Zach Gelb is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes or Dolphins merch for the holiday season is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. Zach Gelb can be heard nationally every afternoon on the Infinity Sports Network. He comes to us from the WFAN studios in New York City, which will once again be the home of Craig Carton. But that's a story for another day. You're aware of that, Solana? Do you know who Craig Carton is?
I have no idea who Craig Carton is.
Isn't that amazing, Gelb? Like one of the most legendary sports
Oh, Dios míos.
Like, yeah, pretty crazy that he has no idea who Craig Carton is.
I grew up listening to Radio Caracol on my way to
but Craig Carton's a current radio host, and he just got hired away by FAN to do Fox Sports. That lasted, what, maybe a year and a half or so? And,
I think 3 years almost, but yeah.
I know Mark Hochman.
Well, that's a great start. That's a great start.
Well, Hawk, if I may say so myself, it seems like you need help in the co-hosting department because Crowder's driving around and who God knows what Solana's doing. So if you need me for a day or two.
Say no more. Say no more. You're hired.
I'll come to the studio.
Do the Hurricanes, Gelby, belong in the college football playoffs? And I'm asking your opinion. Do they belong? And then the second part is obviously, are they going to end up getting hosed?
So I've actually had a change of opinion on this in terms of what I think the college football playoff committee will do. So for the longest time, I said if Notre Dame is 2 losses or fewer, they're going to get in because that was kind of the unwritten rule with this college football playoff committee. But I'm watching the rankings go down last night. And when I see them put Alabama in front of Notre Dame, which is something I was monitored before, I thought that was the right decision. And also it tells me Alabama is in unless if they don't get blown out in the SEC championship game. As long as that's respectable, Alabama's going to be in. And then they have the rankings come on out, and you still have Notre Dame in front of Miami. But the way the committee kind of explained this was the debate for the last 2 weeks was Notre Dame up against Alabama. They haven't had the Notre Dame-Miami debate. So if and only if BYU loses to Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship game, then the committee's going to need to have the Miami-Notre Dame debate. And in a stunning turn of events, even though this has been all backwards and there's been no logic here and it's hypocritical for one team compared to the other, I think the committee's actually going to do the little switcheroo and say, hey, Miami played Notre Dame, Miami beat Notre Dame, and the Canes would be in the playoffs.
That would be a shocking twist to me because I understand what you're saying, though. If it ends up where, because right now they're not allowed to compare the two teams. But if it ends up where they're actually allowed to say, hey, it's either or, and it happens to be Miami or Notre Dame in the either or, again, I don't know who's on the committee. I'd be hard pressed to figure out a way to contort myself into a pretzel to say that Notre Dame is a better team than Miami when Miami beat them that season.
Yeah, and they put a graphic up on the screen last night. It was comparing Alabama, Notre Dame, and Miami. And it was like strength of schedule, record against the top 25, like all the numbers they put up, they were pretty much even. Like maybe a point or two higher in Notre Dame's direction, a point or two higher in Miami's direction, depending on what the criteria, what the metric was. Well, if it's that close and you had Miami go up against Notre Dame and, let's be real, Notre Dame was a bunch of student odds that night. They barely gave the ball to Jeremiah Love. Then they should take the result on the field and put Miami in over Notre Dame.
Over anything. Look at that. Al Unser Jr. has joined us on the video stream.
By the way, Crowder, I have a present for you. Since
What's
you're
that?
the big Jew on this show. A happy Hanukkah to you.
Yeah.
Here's a menorah.
Very
It's the only thing Crowder's lighting up these days, I think.
Oh, man. I have a fire manure for the night. I'm telling you.
When's Hanukkah start, Gelby? The 14th, I think? Is it the night of the 14th?
Do you think I know?
God.
When is
I
it?
think it's the 15th. I think. AK,
First
I just looked
day-
at my
first day
calendar.
First day is the 15th. The first
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
is the 14th. The
Yeah.
first
Come on,
night
guys.
for everybody.
By the way, I heard from a buddy of mine who I've not probably talked to since college, who lives in Miami, and he said, I was listening to the show last week, and I heard your take on lasagna over turkey, and he absolutely loved it. So the
Wow.
Zach Gelb appearance here, big for WQAM. Let me tell you,
I
huge,
have,
enormous.
I've changed. I've
Ratings
changed
are
my
enormous.
opinion. After swearing
hard.
off turkey for Thanksgiving the last 2 years, I have declared I am now back to a traditional Thanksgiving starting next Thanksgiving. Turkey. Today happens to be National Green Bean Casserole Day.
Oh,
and
geez, wonderful.
I can't wait to have it again next November.
You know what, Hawk? As disappointed as you were with Crowder for trying to do the show while driving, that's how disappointed I am with you right now.
Really?
Disgraceful.
Because
I thought you were coming
terrible.
over to our side.
was
You crossed the
Ronde
line,
Gadsden.
and you're a
Ronde-
coward.
Rondé Gadsden talked me
Oh,
into it.
screw
There's
him.
There's no fun leftovers if you don't have turkey and all the fixins. Like
F
you
him.
sit down to watch the Black Friday game. Well, I can't. I had rigatoni on the night of the day of Thanksgiving.
You
'cause
enjoyed
were at a
yourself.
restaurant. Yeah, it was delicious. But then all of a sudden, I'm watching the Bears-Eagles game. What am I going to have? Some cold rigatoni? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever heard of a microwave?
No, I'm in a hotel. In a hotel. What do you want?
Oh,
I
come
don't want-
on. You bare minimum, you're staying in a DoubleTree where they have the microwave in the room.
They did have a
Let's be
microwave
real.
in the room. They
Yeah.
did have a microwave in the room. But who wants microwave rigatoni when I could have a cold turkey sandwich with mayo and cheese on a Hawaiian roll?
Yeah, did you need about 10 glasses of water to get that dry sandwich down your throat?
I wish I did.
You disgust me. You know what? I am finally vindicated for doing the Fugazi New York City water dog because, as much crap as I got for that and I lied, you lied to me, Hawk. You lied to me. You said
No,
you
I
were never
tried.
going back to Turkey.
I tried. I saw the error in my ways.
No,
I
Hawk,
tried.
You set us up for 3 years to get on your side, and then
Yeah.
you run the other way?
Yeah. You know what?
Follow me
Solana may
back.
have better
Follow
food
me back,
opinions than
everybody.
you.
Everybody,
Solana at
follow me
Joe's
back.
Stone Crab now may be better than Hawk at Thanksgiving.
Follow me back. Hey, because I got your take there on the Hurricanes. Let me move into a couple of things I want to hear your opinion on just because I don't want to run out of time. Lane Kiffin, what is your opinion on everything that transpired? Because he, I understand going for a higher profile job with more money, but what does it do to these kids at Ole Miss or his legacy or his brand, or maybe it builds his brand because we kind of knew who he was? I don't know. What's your take on the whole way that it transpired?
Well, let me just say, as a religious man holding a Christmas tree in my hand, the idea that God told him you have to go to LSU.
That was rich.
That's really a spin job by the Lane
That
train.
was rich.
Yeah, the big fella was saying, Lane, you must stay. You must go. No, go to LSU. Baton Rouge, Lane. Like, come on, give me a joke. Him using God in that one, I laughed at. He thinks he can win a national championship at LSU. Lane Kiffin is a drama whore. He loved all this drama stuff, and he wanted to be the head football coach at a job that is a top 3 job, top 5 job in the sport. That's the bottom line. He was at Ole Miss for all these years. I think he could have won a national championship there this year. I don't crush him for going to LSU, but it was the dog and pony show, and then him trying to be the victim. I thought there was a chance after Saturday. Maybe he's going to say, I'm staying. Hey, I won the Egg Bowl Friday, Saturday, I'm staying. But once it got into Sunday, it was clear that he's leaving. So you do that in the SEC, you jump to another ship. It's not like a G5 coach going to a Power 4 school. When you're jumping to another school in conference, I don't fault Ole Miss for saying, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. We don't want you coaching this team.
And in totality, though, because everybody's upset, and Hawk was bringing up loyalty and pride and, words like that. does the NCAA have to be
No.
fixed? Because like I've been thinking about this, where the transfer portal, the coaches leaving in and out, the NCAA doesn't care. This is just bringing more attention to their billion-dollar business, right?
The calendar needs to be fixed because we could have, think about it. If Tulane or North Texas wins, like their coaches are staying, but Summerall's off to Florida, Morris is going to Oklahoma State, and then you have the other scenario of Ole Miss, who's already hired their new coach. You got like three schools going on right now where this has been an issue for potentially the college football player, for at least 2 out of the 3. And even if James Madison gets in, let's say Duke beats Virginia in the ACC championship game, James Madison would go. Chesty's already on his way to UCLA. So you're going to have a lot of coaches coaching that aren't going to be there next year in the college football playoff. The calendar needs to change. And I talked to Dan Lanning last year. They had a bye. They were off for 30 days after winning the Big Ten championship game. And he said, we got to move everything up in college football. And that was the talk going back to last year, one of the best coaches in the country in Dan Lanning.
Again, I just want to go around the sports world here with you before we run out of time. Chris Paul was told to hit the bricks last night by the Clippers, who are a complete disaster. He's notoriously an unlikable guy. Obviously, they wanted to continue this season without him, even though it's his farewell season. I wonder how you absorb what happened there.
A little hot take here. Does Chris Paul need a retirement tour?
Yes,
like, is he
he's a Hall of
LeBron?
Famer.
Channing, you breathe. You're in the NBA Hall of Fame, the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
He's
Now,
a top 10
don't
point
get me
guard
wrong.
of all time,
No.
All right,
No,
Mark.
Don't get me wrong. Chris Paul is definitely deserving of being a Hall of Famer one day. But a retirement tour? That's a retirement tour. See, this is Solana's problem. He's the Participation Trophy Society.
No,
everyone gets a retirement tour.
I'm older than you.
He's not LeBron. He's not LeBron.
It's not.
I have an old soul. You don't.
He's part of the 75-year anniversary team.
What did Am do? Who gives a crap?
Playing in the NBA. Of course he deserves a retirement tour. The problem is he did it 5 years too late.
What did he win?
Problem.
What did he win?
He has multiple first team all.
What did he win?
Appearances, Gelb. What are you talking about? He's one of the greatest point guards of all time. He might be number 2.
You're not listening. You're not listening. He's second greatest point guard of all time.
It's possible. There's an
argument. Give me an effing break. You know what? I've talked to Magic Johnson, and Magic Johnson almost freaked out when I suggested Steph Curry was better than him. Come on, what are we doing here?
I gotta tell you,
you gotta be John Stockton or Chris Paul.
I think I agree with Gelby here and I hadn't thought of it through that angle. There are certain players who transcend everything who deserve a farewell tour.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he got one, right? Magic Johnson would be one of those guys. Kobe would be one of those guys. LeBron would be one of those guys. MJ, of course. Chris Paul? I mean,
don't get me wrong. He's an all-time great.
Right.
Can I tell the history
with the farewell tour? Like Toronto Raptors fans, like they can't wait to come out and say farewell to Chris Paul.
But he's not getting the LeBron.
No, I get it.
Farewell tour where he's getting standing ovations.
I don't need the hoopla
after every game. It's not hoopla. Dirk Nowitzki got the same thing. He announced, "Hey,
yes,
this will be
Dirk won a championship with the Mavs."
Dwayne Wade did the same thing. Hey, this will be my last year. He got the last dance. He even coined it. All Chris Paul, who's in this generation, he's one of the best 10 players to play in my lifetime. He's just telling people, hey, this is my last year, so that people know.
He's telling them several times.
He wants the bouquets thrown at him. He wants people to genuflect to him. Here's the bottom line. I'm not taking anything away from Chris Paul. Hall of Famer. I agree with you. All-time great. But can I tell the history of the NBA without Chris Paul? Yes, I can. I can.
It's a great call.
Yeah,
that's a great call. That's an argument.
All right, Solana, enough of you. Okay, Solana? Shoo, whatever your name is. Alexandro, whatever your name is.
Gelb was shot out of a cannon today.
But you could do that.
Put you in a body bag.
You cannot tell the story of the NBA without Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You cannot tell it without Magic Johnson. You cannot tell it without Michael Jordan and LeBron.
No. So here's the point. Everyone settle down. Let's do a little yoga. Let Lane Kiffin hot yoga. Breathe in, breathe out. Everyone calm down here.
You have another prop over there, Gelby?
No more props. No more props. I don't do all shtick like you. you. I come with facts. The bottom line is here. There are all-time greats, and then there's immortals. The immortals deserve the farewell tour. The immortals are the ones that we need to do a big send-off. Chris Paul is an all-time great. He's not an immortal. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's a fair take.
So what are you yelling about?
I like Gelb's take there. All right, we got to let you go, Gelby. We love you. Man,
you got it. Solana, stop yelling at me.
You're going to be all right
with it.
Yeah, man, that guy. What else? Show us one more prop on the way out. Oh, he's gone already.
Yeah.
Wow, that was frenetic. I had to catch my breath there.
It's okay, Solana. I'm giving you a virtual hug.
I'll tell you, he took it to you, Solana.
I don't think he did.
He did.
I don't think he did. He's talking about Chris Paul like he's like he's
talking
Norris
about
Cole.
Chris Paul.
He's
like
talking about Chris Paul like he's Norris
like
Cole.
You're talking about him like he's Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I think he's in that conversation of some of the best players to play since the 2000s.
Well, let's compare rings then for Dwayne Wade and Chris Paul.
I mean, that's fine.
No,
if you want to fall
honest.
victim to ring culture, then that's on you, Hoch.
Hey, Solana. When Randy Moss caught 3 touchdowns on Jason Allen, I took Jason Allen to the side and hugged him and said, "Hey, bro, we'll get him back."
Allen Iverson got a farewell tour. Vince Carter got a farewell tour.
So did Barkley.
Nobody had a problem with any of those things. And Chris Paul, he has way better career than any of those guys.
Solana, you'll get him next time. You'll have another chance.
You got Moss.
You'll have another chance, big man.
Get in the holiday spirit. We're not in it, but get in the holiday spirit because everyone's on the nice list at Hard Rock Bet. Sign up, place a $5 wager. If it wins, you score $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. So you got a winning bet, you got a boosted bankroll. That's a gift worth unwrapping. Don't let injuries steal your holiday cheer. You bet on the Week 14 games is coming up Sunday, and you got injury insurance. If the player you bet on exits the game in the first half due to injury, you'll get your bet back as a bonus bet. Now, we've talked plenty of college football. If you're more into the college game, it's not just holiday season, it's conference championship season too. So join Hard Rock Bet today. Bet $5. Again, if it hits, you'll take home $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. Step in the cage, bet on the biggest names in MMA with 22% profit boosts for the 323 fights this Saturday. And of course, I always remind you, refer your friends to the Hard Rock Bet app. You'll both score a bonus bet up to $50. It's up to $50 for you, up to $50 for them. That's how you get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
I'm going to flip your chair over if I wasn't in this wheelchair.
I happen to love that conversation with Gelb about Chris Paul and the retirement tour. Fun conversation. We can have it with Jim Larinaga coming up in the next segment. There was some breaking NBA news while we were in the commercial break. What was it, Solana? It was a little Shams bomb, if you will.
Yeah, pretty big Shams bomb, actually, I think. But according to Shams Charania, let me pull up the actual tweet here. I don't want to misquote it, but it looks like Giannis Antetokounmpo is not happy right now.
Well, wait a
with the
second. Wait a
Milwaukee
second.
Bucks.
You're not reading it. Now you're making it sound like something that I didn't take it to be.
Giannis Antetokounmpo and his agent have started conversations with the Milwaukee Bucks about the two-time NBA MVP's future and discussing whether his best fit is staying or elsewhere. A resolution is expected in the coming weeks.
Yeah. So it doesn't sound to me like you said, sounds like he's not happy.
Yeah, I don't think he sounds happy.
It said that they've started conversations and the conversations are going to revolve on whether he belongs there long term or would be better off going somewhere else.
But these conversations, this type of discussion has already been had with the Milwaukee Bucks. Earlier this offseason, they had the exact same situation where people were talking about Giannis, people were talking about where the best fit would be for Giannis. And there were a lot of discussions about whether or not Giannis was asking for a trade.
No, I get it.
And he decided, hey, I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to give Milwaukee another chance to put me in a better position to go compete for a title. And now again, this is coming out from Giannis's camp clearly that they're going to talk about his future in Milwaukee. He wouldn't be putting this out if he was thrilled with the situation.
No. I'm not telling you that he's not thrilled with the situation or that he is thrilled with the situation. But to read that tweet and say he's unhappy with Milwaukee,
they're 9-13. They're 1-5 without him.
Correct.
I
believe he can acknowledge that he might be better suited elsewhere. But you made it almost sound like it was a guy very upset with his team demanding a trade. We've seen that in the NBA before. I don't think this is that.
But is Giannis built like that? Giannis
I don't think so. That's why I don't think it's not James Harden here saying I'm not playing, I'm coming in. It's not Jimmy Butler saying I'm going to stand in a corner who's angry with an organization. I think it's Giannis talking with his representation and saying, hey, maybe we should talk with them because maybe this isn't the best spot for me.
What was that? Talking to who?
His representation.
Hey.
But no,
I think you guys heard that. I think I said it perfectly.
And this came, I don't know if this, I'm sure this happened before the Chris Paul thing, but Giannis has to be thinking about that too, where Chris Paul now, he's going to be Dan Marino jumping around with no damn championships.
Well, no,
so Giannis has one, but
yeah.
Why am I so loyal to a team nowadays? I think that loyalty thing is leaving. We talked about it when Gelby was on, like, Hawk, you kept bringing up like with pride and loyalty with Lane Kiffin to the kids and all that. Bro, I think all that stuff is leaving sports. Go and be selfish.
I agree. The Lane Kiffin thing, I was just saying, to me, that is a one-off situation where you say you put everything aside because your decision is going to affect everyone. Like, if you're not playing for a potential national championship, go wherever you want. I don't care. Like, to me, in that particular situation, your players, the school, and the fans deserve a little better than what they got from Lane Kiffin. By the way, did you see that his former players are all taking issue with the fact he had his press release that thank God, and then also said he and his players wanted him to continue coaching, and the school said no. All the players have said, no, we didn't say that we wanted him to continue on as our coach. So not certain that the Jesus thing was the only lie in that press release from Lane Kiffin.
But to that point, and these are the names of Ole Miss players. I had to look it up because I don't know. Trinidad Chambliss, Austin Simmons, the guy that you were talking about, might come to Miami next year if he can, or go to LSU. He might leave Ole Miss, probably will. Kejuan Lacey, one of the best running backs in college football. Logan Diggs, never heard of half of these guys. Do you think Lane Kiffin honestly cares about these kids or cares about the $12 million he's about to make for the next 6 years?
Well, I don't think it's an either or. I think you can care about yourself more than others. That's fine. Like, take care of your own, take care of yourself, and go chase your dreams. But I don't think it's an either or. Again, what I think, though, I'm a big believer in NIL because I think a lot of kids, they have a small window of opportunity to cash in. Lane Kiffin has a large window of opportunity to cash in. It may not be the LSU job, obviously. Someone's going to take it and it's going to be gone for a while. But there are going to be high-profile jobs that come open. I just think in this particular situation, knowing how it was going to affect everything that Ole Miss played for this season and got to, what are they ranked? 4?
Yeah.
Like everything that they got to, knowing that this decision that you're making is going to upend things for 50 plus people and millions plus fans, I think you owe it to others at that point not to make that decision. That's selfish.
I told you
Yes.
both that I'm not upset with Lane Kiffin taking this job because I think this is I told you guys, second, third best job in the country. And Hoch, I don't think this job opens up again in the next 5 or 6 years. But with that being said, to me, the issue is how he went about it. And what the players said is what I'm talking about, where he could have just made this decision, came out and said, hey, this is an opportunity I can't pass up. I know it's controversial. I'm sorry to the players, told the players and moved on. And he didn't do that. He messed it up. He made it really muddy on the way out and then tried to control the narrative, threw the AD under the bus, claimed the players weren't going to play if they didn't let him coach. And none of that was true. None of it was true.
But it was all God's plan.
And it's going to extremely negatively. If I heard people say that too, where the offensive staff is staying, the defensive coordinator is the head coach now. Lane Kiffin called the offense. That entire they are going to score less points with Lane Kiffin gone than they would with him there. And Charlie Weiss Jr., which is the heavy Charlie Weiss's son, he's going to LSU, but is able to stay and still call the offense through the college football playoffs. The whole thing is crazy how it happened. And now LSU and Ole Miss have to deal with all of this. Lane doesn't have to deal with nothing but collecting checks. But there is a lot, because I've heard people say this, that Ole Miss without him, they're still the same team. No, they are not. That's why LSU wanted him. So don't think, Ole Miss, if they lose, had nothing to do with Lane leaving. It had a lot to do with Lane leaving.
How about this? Zion Williamson, he's out for an extended period of time again.
So I got to tell you for a fourth year, or you want to listen now?
I have a future in as him MVP. I'm waiting for the Hard Rock app to make me an offer on it.
Okay, well, we'll go into next season then. I'll keep working on you.
15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored. That's brought to you by the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models for a limited time. Learn more at Lexus.com. Game Day Uncensored this Sunday is 9 a.m. Tobin, Solana, Omar Kelly, Chris Perkins, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Getting you ready for the game in New York. Here's a Dolphins Q&A question from David Furones in the Sun Sentinel. Somebody writes in my opinion, Tua regressed a lot this season in almost every aspect of his game. His accuracy got worse. His mechanics look off sometimes. His deep balls got worse, and there's no money spot over the middle anymore. I was a huge Tua fan the last years. How do you explain this regression? And then the guy also writes, can't be age. Maybe the money made him too satisfied. I fear the concussions maybe made him regress faster than usual. Or was it just Tyreek Hill being out? So here's what David Furona says. There's no doubt Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is having his worst season under head coach Mike McDaniel, and that's with him being healthy all season, at least in terms of not having to miss games. Sunday's game against the Saints was just awful. 12 of 23, 157 yards, an interception, another throw that probably should have been called a pick on review, 4 sacks. He missed throws he usually makes. Even this year, as his play is diminished, he has made poor decisions, like throwing deep to Jalen Waddle in the end zone on first down with Kool-Aid McKinstry waiting for the interception. And then you have his slide, short of a pivotal first down conversion on third down that leads to a 4th and 1 and a turnover on downs before New Orleans nearly pulled off the epic comeback. David Furones writes, I've been asked this before, and I can't help but point to that show me the money moment after the contract extension. I, too, would have never said that about Tua's character before it occurred. He's too much of a fighter. But there's a correlation there, if not causation. Furones continues, there are a lot of other factors too. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill now after having years of prime Hill. He has been without Darren Waller for much of the season. He was without his two best starters on the right side of the offensive line, his blindside blockers since week 1. But both right tackle Larry Borum and right guard Cole Strange have been better in recent weeks, while Austin Jackson is now back for Borum. Overall, it's all no excuse to have a passer rating of 55.9 against the Saints and fail to get your team into the end zone after the opening drive to allow a 2-win team to have multiple late chances to beat you. Tua is leading the league in interceptions. I should never be so confident I'm going to win with a pick of Tua Tagovailoa plus over 0.5 interceptions, over half interception in our prop bets piece, says Furones. I wouldn't go the route of blaming prior concussions for his play this season as insinuated as a possibility in the question, but there has to be an answer. I don't know what the answer is, but it is interesting. People are saying the same exact stuff. I think Furones points something out there, which is, we have heard of athletes getting fat and happy on contracts. He got a massive contract. He does seem to be fat and happy. I'm not suggesting that because I don't think that's his character, but
yeah,
there does seem to be something there.
He is noticeably and just eye test stuff. And I know eye test now is get you a little going because the whole college football playoff thing. But there's an eye test thing that we see. He's not the same Tua. He's not as quick. He has no explosiveness when he runs. Even his throws aren't his whole body. He's flicking it with his wrist. Something physically is going on with him. And he is regressing. He's physically breaking down. I don't know if it's forever or if it's something more than we know. But I was listening because I drove up yesterday morning to Orlando and I left at like 6:45 a.m. I was listening to Kyle Krabs with Joe Rose. And he said some stat about when Tua gets the ball out in 2.4 seconds, his percentage goes up double to 70%. Anything after 2.4, it's almost a half, and all this stuff. And it made me think, Tua doesn't scramble or run. We started calling it shuffling because he's really not scrambling to do anything because he can't move. He panics. If he doesn't have his first read, you just said it, that over-the-throw timing route he throws to Tyreek, it's him knowing where Tyreek is going to be exactly, and he's making that decision before the ball is snapped. I have single high. Tyreek's going to be right here. I can just let it go, and he's going to get there. He scrambles is a panic. He's not looking around. He's not finding second receivers. He's running because he has to, and if the play is not there exactly how McDaniels drew it up, there is no way for him to complete it, no way for him to make anything happen, get knocked down. That's what's going on.
Also, sometimes when it is there, the way that it's drawn up, he still seems to have the inability to get the ball there accurately.
And that's the physical side of it. So and the panic, I think it comes from him not being that good. And then when he does have it, the physical side that he can't do anymore, he can't make those throws. That damn interception last week looked like little Chan threw it up in the air and said, "Daddy, go catch it." That was embarrassing. That safety,
That's
Hawk,
not a $50
I swear you could have
pass.
Hawk, you could have picked that ball off in the middle of the field safety. You would have got over there. That ball was in the air so long. That's not hitting the hole. That's hitting Kool-Aid. I love the man's name is Kool-Aid. He hit Kool-Aid in the chest. The receiver started playing defense on him, man. Somebody asked me at Disney. They were like, "Hey, are we going to keep Tua around?" I said, "We are because we owe him $55 million. We have to keep him around." What question are you asking me? Is he going to be here next year? Or is it a good decision? Because those are two different things.
Might be the only decision. I think he's hurt, but he's not escaping the Tyreek Hill merchant accusations. He's just not.
Well, I mean, you can't at this point because there's a noticeable drop-off and Tyreek's not there. So you have to be able to make at least the assumption that that's part of it.
But Solana, why are they concealing or holding back the
I hate when they do that. Coach can probably speak to it on the next segment. I hate when teams do that. Remember they did it with Kachuk during the Stanley Cup Finals. I hate when they don't tell you, and then afterwards they say, he played the entire season with a thorax in his neck.
Right, but because if they come out right now, or if Tua says, "Hey, yeah, actually, I'm dealing with a really bad groin issue, or I'm dealing with plantar fascia, or I'm dealing with whatever," then nobody's going to have sympathy for him. You know what they're going to say? Oh, excuses.
Well, why didn't you say it when you got injured? I'm with you. If you say it now, it sounds like you're doing damage control. But when you get injured, why not let everybody know you're injured? I'm playing at 80% this season. I'm toughing it out at 80%.
Because everybody's just going to say, oh, they're looking for sympathy. They're looking for excuse making. And that's not acceptable in the NFL. I mean, people do that all the time with guys in the NFL. And it's different with Kachuk. He didn't have the best series in that Stanley Cup final. But guess what? You're in the Stanley Cup final. I mean, the Dolphins are two games below 500.
All I was saying, though, was, hey, what would have been the harm in saying, hey, Matthew Kachuk is playing with a broken sternum? Like, what would have been the harm in letting everybody know? I don't understand why that stuff's such a secret.
It would be a advantage for the other team to try to hit him in the chest.
People like Crowder knew right away.
Yeah.
He would go right for the sternum.
I would say that. But also with Tua, it's not just an excuse. It perpetuates him being injury prone.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he's hurt again. He hurt his hip last year.
But then it's like 6 to 1, half a dozen to another. What would you rather be known as, the terrible quarterback or the injured quarterback? Because those are your only two choices.
I should have told y'all my foot was sore when I was letting them tight ends beat me.
I'm not really terrible. I happen to be dinged up. I'm injury prone. Real quick look at the headlines, because Jim Larinaga is going to join us in the next segment. I won't have enough time with him. So headlines brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
One of the things you brought up, Kyle Krabs, one of the things he wrote in an article a couple hours ago or a couple days ago, I don't know if it's too early to look at backup quarterback speculation for next season if Tua's back, but Kyle Krabs put together a list. I'll run it by both of you, but I know Hoch is big backup quarterback talk guy, so maybe we can do that later.
I'm happy to. That's my wheelhouse.
It's his favorite position.
Is there a thorax injury? Did I make up what is a thorax?
I think it's something in your chest, I believe.
Is that a Dr. Seuss character?
No, that's the Lorax.
Oh, my bad. Thorax. Oh,
chest,
thorax.
Chest region of the body located between the neck and the abdomen.
Yeah, look at that. Who hasn't had a sore thorax every now and then?
Hawk, you said he had a thorax in his neck.
Imagine how painful that would be. That would explain a lot of the overthrows.
Get him, Kachuk. Jesus Christ.
We talked about the Giannis Antetokounmpo Shams bomb and the Miami Heat tonight. Speaking of the NBA, the Miami Heat, they play the Dallas Mavericks 8:30 p.m. tonight. MRI on Pelle Larsson's injured foot. No thorax in his heel.
That's good news.
But he does have a sprained toe. He's questionable for today's game.
All right. Thorax okay, though.
We got to get our toes together on the Heat. Bam had a bad toe. Tyler had an extra toe. Now Pelle has a sore toe. We got to get our toes strong.
But funny, coming from you, you have ass on your foot.
Tyler has an extra toe?
I got extra foot.
No, you just have weird skin on your foot.
Yeah, you have a skin graft that came from your ass. They're not extra.
That's heavy. I had a heavy foot.
It replaced what was missing. Does Tyler have 6 toes?
No, he didn't have an extra toe. He had an extra bone in his foot.
Oh.
It was supposed to grow into a toe.
No, that's why he missed the first 17 games of the season. He had it removed.
Oh, so it just grew?
Are you with us?
It just grew there?
He didn't know he had it.
Yeah.
Well, how did he find out?
Because it started to cause him pain. He started to feel the pinch.
Because it just grew.
Yeah.
He grew an extra bone.
He had it his whole life. He had it his whole life.
I'm not so certain.
Who's that pitcher with the extra finger? Pupe.
Yeah, El Pupo.
Tyler was going to be Los Pupo.
Isn't it El Pulpo?
El Pulpo. Oh, yeah, Pulpo.
You said Pupo,
yeah.
Which is a different.
El Pulpo, the octopus.
El Pupo is what Jimmy follows on OnlyFans.
Antonio Alfonseca had the little extra dangly finger. Antonio Alfonseca. So Tyler grew a bone in his foot this season?
He didn't grow it.
New toe.
He had it his entire life, and it just started to cause him pain.
I don't buy that.
It was like a wisdom tooth. It came in.
Mm-hmm. His toe bone finally came in.
Painful.
Finally, funny development in Cleveland. The Browns activated Deshaun Watson's 21-day practice window.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That is a comedy, man.
They start the season with 4 quarterbacks. They start Joe Flacco, trade Joe Flacco to the division. They trade the only backup quarterback that was worth a damn. They drafted 2 quarterbacks. The most controversial quarterback, they benched him. Then he has to come in. Now they have 2 rookie quarterbacks. Neither of them look good. Oh, by the way, Deshaun Watson still on the roster, and we're going to activate him.
That's crazy.
We got quarterback, son. Who you want?
Your weather in South Florida, partly cloudy. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. That's sponsored by Chill Zone AC, featuring reliable Rude AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com.
All right, Jim Larinaga is going to join us in the next segment, and he's thinking to himself, oh, yes, please, let's talk about Tyler Hero and Extra Bones, and let's talk about Antonio Alfonseca, anything but Chris Paul and the Clippers. Please do not get me on record about Chris Paul and the Clippers. You're safe, Coach. This is a safe room, Coach. We're not going to make it. We're not turning you into a headline, Coach. Everything will be fine. Coach Jim Larinaga joins us in the next segment.
You want to watch the NBA, NFL, and the college football playoffs? I'm going to tell you the best place, Tootsie's Cabaret, the largest strip club in the entire world. It is open from noon to 6 a.m. every single day, so you can catch all the games. Go and watch the beautiful entertainment. I don't know what you want to do, but you're going to have a good time when you're at Tootsie's. The food specials every single day, $100 bottle specials, half-price drinks till 8 p.m. every day. They have 2 levels of entertainment. Like I said, the largest strip club in the world. Complete restaurant now. It's not talking about a guy with a little frying pan in the back. A full restaurant. The food is delicious. And large bars, 4 full, spacious, full liquor bars. There's a sports bar in the back, got pool tables, got dozens of TVs everywhere. You can't be in Tootsie's without seeing a TV. And seriously, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, soccer, MMA, UFC, if there is something on, it's going to be on one of those TVs. And during the commercial, there are stages everywhere to see the beautiful entertainers. And on Sundays, like I said, for football season, it's great. On Sundays from noon to 5 p.m., it is the Tailgate Takeover, a $10 menu, chicken wings, smash burger with fries, fried super fries, cheese pizza, and chicken nachos, just $10 on Sundays from noon to 5 p.m. Pre-game, post-game, whatever you want to go, you got to go to Tootsie's Cabaret and check it out. And I'm telling you, you can't beat Tootsie's any day of the week. If you want to beat traffic, head to Tootsie's. It's right off 95. If you going somewhere, go a little early, head to Tootsie's. Man, go to tootsiescabaret.com for more information.
You are listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Ain't no way Solana got a degree.
This
Love this time of the week when Jim Larinaga joins us. One of my favorite segments, if not my favorite segment. He should be with us more. Jim Larinaga is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. He was the head coach at the University of Miami, their men's basketball team for over a decade. The current iteration, by the way, if you're not paying attention, of Hoops is 7-2 under first-year coach Jay Lucas. They beat Ole Miss last night. They host Southern Miss this Saturday at noon at the Watsco Center in Coral Gables. Very exciting. Nice to have you here, Coach.
Hi, guys. Good to be on. I got a question for you, Hoch. Were you doing a selfie during the commercial break? Because I can see you, and it sure looked like you were looking at your phone and posing.
I was.
I don't know who your audience is, but it looked like a selfie to me.
I was not posing. Do you know what I was doing? I have I had told you when we were speaking off the air, Coach, I have a podcast with my friend Stu Gotts, and there's a feed now for on Apple Podcasts with the pod, and it has no reviews yet. So I was giving my own podcast a 5-star review and then writing in the review, I'm not just giving it 5 stars because I'm the host. I actually believe that. And then I wrote parenthetically, actually, it is because I'm the host. But that's what I was doing during the commercial break when you saw me on my phone. I was giving myself a 5-star review.
I'm sure it was well deserved. Send me
I
the
think it
link,
was.
and I'll give you a 5-star review.
I appreciate that, Coach. Thank you. Very
Solana
nice.
said he'd give you a 3-star.
Solana's been denigrating this podcast for 2 weeks now. I've spent 2 years talking about how great the pivot is, and all of a sudden, Crowder's never here. He's out with his pivot crew all the time.
What's the man? You never amp up your podcast, Hawk. I get everybody on it.
I got another question for you because I was listening and when you were talking about Lane Kiffin and his situation. So, right now, in my own opinion, coaching is a very hazardous profession unless you're winning. And I don't mean have a winning record. I mean win championships. Look at James Franklin. What happened to him? Last year he was in the college football playoffs. He made the Final Four, and after he lost 2 games, he lost his job.
How quickly it
coaching
change,
is a hazardous profession, and I think the system is so flawed. First of all, firing coaches in the middle of the season, and then schools going after that coach or going after somebody who's still active like Lane was. His story was for about a month where he was going. Was it Florida? Was it LSU? Was he staying at Ole Miss? Who else is going to be in the hunt? So, the controversy, I think, is the system doesn't work. It's flawed. And you see it now regularly, whether it's the NBA, the NFL, or now college athletics.
Is it up to the NCAA to be more proactive in trying to protect some sort of integrity for a season at least? Like, I'm not even saying you got to lock someone into a job forever. Obviously, better jobs, more money become available. I don't begrudge anybody for that. But maybe a system in place by the governing body, which is the NCAA, that just protects an integrity of a season at a time.
Well, you used to have that. The players couldn't move without sitting out. The coaches were under contract, and rarely, if ever, was someone fired in the middle of a season. That only started to happen, maybe 10 years ago. And when it happened, everybody was appalled, except more and more schools started to do it. And they're trying to get a jump now on the portal. So when you see a coach lose his job, you don't think those administrators are saying to themselves, "Hey, we can't wait. We got to start hiring so our new coach can get in that portal the first chance he gets." So the system is what it is now, and so you can't blame. I don't think you can blame Lane Kiffin. I don't think you can blame the players. I think it's the system that's failed us.
And coach, and like you're saying, with NIL, people say players are chasing money, and with player thing, it always comes down to money. Now, even with the professional players, they're like, "Oh, he was going to make more money or chasing rings." But the loyalty of it, well, you're talking about, this is a performance-based thing. From the school's loyalty to a coach, if he's not winning, they have to win and prove their intelligence to hire a winner. If a coach isn't winning, he has to prove his loyalty to the players in the university and also not chase money. Like, I think it's humans are changing as well as the system being flawed.
Well, I think all players and coaches are chasing championships and money. You guys were talking about Giannis. What does he want to do? He's only going to be remembered by the number of championships. He's already a Hall of Fame player. It's not like he's going to become a better player and now more people are going to want him. No, he's already a great player, and someone is going to want him to help build that final piece in the puzzle to maybe win a championship. You know, take a look at our Miami Heat. We're doing great right now, right? The system that Spo and his staff have put in, it's unique. He's running and gunning. Listening to the players, they don't run plays. They just play basketball. Well, Giannis is a player who's thinking to himself, man, I'd like to be in that system. You know what I mean? So guys start to chase not only the dollars, but championships.
Which has been, I mean, something that'll dog someone. Again, Giannis has one, so it's a little bit different. Just as an aside, because you talk about I'd like to be in a system like that, and the coach is just letting the Heat play basketball. The Thunder are 21-1. Does a coach even need to coach? When you're 21-1 and dominating other teams, does a coach really even need to coach? Or is it, hey, you guys know what to do. Get out there and do it.
Okay. I'm going to start. Yeah, the coach needs to coach.
Speaking as a coach.
The reason that 21-1 is something that he did correctly. He chose the right style. He's given his players a lot of confidence. He's disciplined them and make them stay within themselves. And the players are loving it. They love the style. They love the way they play. They get along really well with each other on and off the court. So, yeah, you got to give some credit at least to the head coach and his staff. And then a lot of credit always deserved by the players.
Not to give the coach credit. I'm just saying after you're 21-1, you're 22 games in, do you just get out there and say, yeah, go play basketball? I'm not, what am I doing? What am I drawing something up for you?
Wait a minute. Okay. So I want to go to the Jimmy Johnson and what's his name? The former Oklahoma coach who replaced Jimmy with the Dallas
Barry
Cowboys.
Switzer.
What?
Barry Switzer.
Yeah, when Barry Switzer took over and they quit doing all the things that they were doing, there was no discipline, guys staying out and partying. Yeah, the coach has a role in this. And Barry might be a great coach, and I think he did win a Super Bowl.
He did.
And so, but Jimmy had that team. He's a Miami guy. You got to give that guy a lot of credit for what he did.
Hey, Coach, you've had some great teams. To Hawk's point, have you ever got the dry erase board and just wrote basketball on it and clapped and got out the huddle? Like, y'all just go play basketball. Let's go.
Well, I will tell you, this is a true story. I walked into the locker room, and my coaches had done a fantastic job of putting the game plan on the board. It was always the same. The other team's personnel, their starters, their subs, the matchups we had, the opponent's offensive game plan, defensive game plan, then our offensive game plan, our defensive game plan. And I walked in, I grabbed an eraser and erased the whole thing. And I just said, listen, we just got to keep doing what we've been doing. It's not about them. It's about us. You know what we have to do. The game plan really hasn't changed in a month. Go out and be the best basketball team on the court. Let's take another step towards winning a championship.
Coach, I hear.
Was that a good pregame? You think, Crowder?
You got me going, Coach. I'm
ready to go. Give me the rock.
Hoch, you can sit the bench and cheer for Crowder.
You gotta have talent.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. Cheer for Solana, because he sent me a text how good he was when he was in high school. Point forward.
I'm an energy
something like
guy.
that, right, Solana?
I'm an energy guy. I'm a Roni Turioff type. I'm an energy guy. I'll wave that towel.
Coach, I hear this all the time, especially coming from the Heat, because they have these spoisms and they don't break character, and they're all, committed to don't look ahead. One game at a time. Every game matters just as much as a championship game. But can you be honest with us, Coach? Now that you're removed from the sideline, you weren't scouting Florida A&M. I mean, if you had that game against Providence prior to or following Florida A&M, you were looking at Providence. If you were playing St. Francis, Brooklyn, but then 3 days later you had Kentucky coming to the Watsco Center. You're not scouting some of these teams, are you? Like, or maybe your scout department is, but you're not really reading that full scouting report for some of these lower end schools that your bench could beat.
Well, Solana, if that was you as a head coach, it's no wonder you're now on radio. Because if you look past an opponent, hey, I can tell you this, and certainly wasn't because we didn't prepare properly, but at this time of year, you see a lot of upsets because it's exam next couple of weeks, and players are distracted. Unfortunately, they actually have to do schoolwork. And when you have to study,
Don't nod your head, yes, Crowder. You never had to do schoolwork. I know the stories. Maybe at UM they did, but not at UF.
Coach,
yeah, you actually
3.6 leaving Florida, coach.
are you serious?
Yes, sir.
Ask him how many credit hours he has accrued in college. How many credit hours have you accrued in your entire college career?
36 credits, coach. And I took social dance, bowling, golf, and people, plagues, and places.
So you're about 90 hours away from graduating?
Yeah. 94.
So you were pursuing a degree in physical education, it sounds like.
I was going to be a linebacker or a linebacker, one of the two.
Coaches can never look ahead. They have to prepare one game at a time. You ask your players to do it. This time of the year, though, I'm telling you, during final exams, you'll see a lot of upsets. But did you notice last night, not only or today's Wednesday, last night, 7 ACC teams won, including our University of Miami men's basketball team winning on the road at Ole Miss against Chris Beard, one of the best college basketball coaches in the country.
Yep. That was on AM 560 and the SEC Network last night. Before we run out of time, we're going to run out of time, and there's two things that I want to talk about, Coach, that I wanted to make sure that everybody knows. First of all, I got a text today from our friend John Ruth at the UM Sports Hall of Fame and Museum, and he said, I've got huge breaking news regarding Coach Jim Larinaga. And he sent me the press release. Former basketball coach Jim Larinaga and Antrell Roll will serve as co-hosts of the UM Sports Hall of Fame and Museum's 16th annual celebrity bowling tournament and watch party. It is February 24th at King's Dining and Entertainment in Doral, and the event coincides with a Canes basketball game in Tallahassee against the Knowles. So are you a good bowler, Coach?
I'm an excellent bowler, very much like Rain Man. I'm excited about that. My last few years, we did not do very well at Florida State. So wishing our Hurricanes the very, very best. I want to get a win over the Seminoles. Hey, and before I get off the air, I want to mention I was sprinting, hustling to get home. I told Solana I had an appointment with Dr. Cynthia Gonzalez. She works on my back as often as I can get over there. She does this special treatment called myofascial release, and it's amazing. And so that's why I'm so loose right now. I'm in good spirits because Dr. Gonzalez took care of me today.
Have her check your thorax.
I got rid of my thorax years ago. I got rid of it.
Hawk, we always used to, I know we're up against it. We always used to talk movies with Coach L. And you just brought up a movie. Quentin Tarantino ranked his top 10 movies of the 21st century. Did you see this, Coach L? Did you see his 20 best movies of the 21st century?
Yeah, I think I did, but I don't remember any of them.
Number 1 was Black Hawk Down. And I just wonder what you think about that being the greatest movie of the 21st century, according to Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, if you're going to talk about situations like that, Black Hawk Down was a sensational movie. The one that I liked was what was it called, Solana, where we reached out and got the terrorist. What's his name?
Zero Dark 30.
Zero.
Yeah,
Dark Day.
Zero Dark
That's
30.
a great movie. I like Black Hawk Down as well. Zero Dark 30. When they are flying to Islamabad and there's no sound, there's no music, that to me is captivating.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I wanted to mention. If you want to bowl with Coach and Antrell Roll, you can go to canesbowl.com. canesbowl.com. Would you like us to come, by the way? Would you like us
Absolutely.
to
You're all
have a
invited.
foursome? Crowder, Solana, Jimmy, do you guys all bowl?
I bowl, but not well, but
What's your average, Jimmy?
probably like 90.
Oh, all right. Listen, 90. That's
What about without gutters?
Probably that's probably better
50.
than me. Yeah.
I'm the only one that ever picked up a 7-10 split, as we spoke about here on the show a number of
No
times.
one believes that, by the way. No one believes
Because
that.
y'all are haters. Because they're haters, Coach.
Who'd we have on that disputed?
Ronnie Brown.
Was it Ronnie Brown?
Yeah.
He disputed.
He
whether
said nobody saw it.
Yeah, no. Crowder
They were drunk.
7-10 split, and nobody happened to see it. Also, Crowder hit a hole in one at golf, but nobody happened to see it.
181. Bink, bink, bloop.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to mention, Coach, I understand you're being inducted into the DC Sports Hall of Fame. Is that true?
No, that happened in September. My wife and I flew up. My family was there, and
Well, it says George Mason Final Four 20th anniversary celebration, December 13th.
okay, that's a different one. I was
Oh.
inducted into the DC Sports Hall of Fame in September. We're having the 20th anniversary of our George Mason run to the Final Four in 2006. We have the whole team coming back. We're going to have a dinner and tell stories, and they're going to unveil a banner. They already have one Final Four banner, but they're going to have a Jim Larinaga banner unveiled. So
That's cool.
Why don't we
yeah,
go?
that sounds.
Yeah. Invite us up to that.
Do you know who the head coach is of George Mason? I think I told
do
you
not.
guys.
Who is it?
Tony Skinn, who was the point guard on our George Mason team that made it to the Final Four.
How cool is that?
Nice.
And he's undefeated, the best record in school history at this point. They're 8-0 or 9-0.
They fly you up first class for that?
Yes.
All right.
Coach,
Check
where
it.
are you the most famous? Is it down here? Is it up in DC? Because you've done a lot in the basketball world. Like, people know you, and you're a big guy. Where do you get noticed the most and talked to?
In my house, my wife. She takes care of me all the time. None of that other stuff matters as long as she's taking care of me.
Not how you talked about her squash last week.
Yeah, that soup was bad.
Well, congratulations. That ceremony is next week.
Next Saturday, a week from Saturday, I'll be home here cheering on the Canes this weekend.
All right, very cool. Yeah, they got a noon game on Saturday.
Yeah.
Too early for me. I can't make it down to Coral Gables that early. And again, if you want to bowl with Coach Jim Larinaga and watch the Hurricane Seminoles basketball game that night, it's in February. Go to canesbowl.com. canesbowl.com. Thank you as always, Coach. We love
All right,
talking.
guys.
Do you like that we did no Chris Paul questions?
Yes.
Drop the mic. I love it.
And he's gone. All right, 4:00 hour is coming up. I would never make him a headline on anything that would be unfair. His son is a coach on the Clippers. 4:00 hour is coming up. We'll get caught up on headlines, and Alex Dono is going to join us in the 4:00 hour. So don't go anywhere.
You should be ashamed of yourself if chronic pain is impacting the quality of your life. I've told you about QC Kinetics before. Arthritis, tendon pain, joint pain. Your own body can help treat that pain. You don't need drugs. You don't need surgery. You need regenerative medicine. Doctors will give you scripts. I've had hundreds of scripts given to me. Surgeons go to school for a decade to do surgeries. That's what they want to do. Look into regenerative medicine. And QC Kinetics is the largest, fastest growing regenerative medicine group in the entire country. They're waiting to help you get rid of that chronic pain. Your body will help your body get rid of that pain. You got to give QC Kinetics a call today. 844-77-REGEN. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. 844-777-3436. Tell them that Crowder sent you down there, and you'll receive a free consultation and $500 off your first treatment. QC Kinetics is expanding because it works. It worked for me when I broke my heels. No wheelchairs, no casts like other doctors told me. I got PRP shots. I got healing lasers. 2 treatments. I was back to normal. They have a brand new office on Southeast 17th Street in Fort Lauderdale. They are expanding. It works. Don't replace it. Regenerate it. The number again, 844-77-REGEN. That's 844-777-3436.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Socrates once said, you don't know what your body can do until it does it.
W.
God's plan. Lane Kiffin to LSU. God's plan. All right, here's what I want to do. I kind of want to bang through headlines here because we went a little bit long with Jim Larinaga, and we have Alex Dono coming up this hour, and there's a lot to talk about Canes-wise with him. I will remind you one more time, the Welcome to Rockville Music Festival returns to Daytona International Speedway May 7th to the 10th, featuring Guns N' Roses, Foo Fighters, My Chemical Romance, Godsmack, and more. We've got a chance for you to win a pass for all 4 days. Text the word mayhem. Text mayhem to 20357. That's 20357. Text that, and you are entered in the contest. Great prize. For more info, go to WQAM.com. Tickets are also available at welcometorockville.com. It is a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Do not text and drive. All right, headlines with Solana, brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Hoch, you were right earlier. You asked me off the air. Norman Powell, is he out? And Norman Powell is out for tonight's game, according to the 3:30 p.m. injury report.
I'm on a little bit of a heater here, riding the Vucci main train. Let's see what the Bulls and the Heat have to offer tonight.
Mavs look a little bit better. I mean, they beat the Denver Nuggets. Nuggets have lost, I think I read 4 straight at home.
Really?
That's crazy.
It's just they don't feel like winning. They could win whenever they want to. Let's see. Bulls host Brooklyn tonight. Oh, they're debuting their city unis.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let's see. Player props. Giddey, 20.5. Vooch, 18.5. Buzelis, 16.5. He had a good game the other night. Oh, looks like no Kobe White. Dasumu, 17.5. Trey Jones, 12.5. Should have asked Coach Larinaga about Patrick Williams on the Bulls. That guy went to FSU. Woo! Is he garbage?
Is he garbage?
Oh my God!
Hey, we talked to Ruben Bain yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he was because they played the Bulls and he went crazy. He had like 40. But he was talking about, he was like, the Bulls are young and can run. He was like,
oh, you said Ruben Bain. You meant Desmond.
I mean,
Bain.
Desmond, not Ruben Bain. Desmond
Got
Bain,
me all
sorry.
excited about the Hurricanes there for a second.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is he doing up in
Bain.
Orlando?
Yeah, Desmond Bain and the Hornets. The Magic played the Bulls, and he was praising the Bulls. He was like, "That man, they're a young athletic team." But he was talking about how that running, like the stuff the Pacers did, and I think it's coming out Tuesday. But it's interesting. We talk a lot of more basketball than usual, and he was like, that running stuff is where the league's going. But you saw what happened to the Pacers. Like the talent's going to take over sooner or later, which is interesting. Like his take on it.
Who would you steal your basketball takes from? Because you didn't text me before that interview, so I'm just wondering whose takes you stole.
I more just talked about him fighting and throwing that ball at some African dude's head a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I went more Crowder route this time.
Did you ask him about Boozy? Ask him about going up against Boozy?
No, I didn't go Boozy.
You didn't really? Interesting.
What about the fact that the Magic, since losing Paolo Banchero, have won 8 of their last 10 games?
He
said
brought
they're better
up
without
Franz. He brought up, what's the guy, Franz, whatever?
Franz Wagner.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's Franz and Mo, but Franz is the better one.
He kept talking about Franz. He didn't bring up Blancho Banchero. So probably because he's hurt.
Heat tonight, by the way, Anthony Davis, 23.5 is the over-under. Tyler Hero, 23.5 as well. Bam, 19.5. Cooper Flagg, 17.5.
You should be able to bet if Anthony Davis will get hurt in the game or not.
There's certain books that'll take that. It won't be the Hard Rock app, but certain books would take that.
If you think it's a yes, bet his unders.
Davion Mitchell tonight, 9.5. Guy shot 1,000% the other night.
He can play. That's one of the hits Solana gets every now and again.
One of
blindfold throwing these darts, bro.
Papa,
you
I'm
talked about
3,000 hits on this show, man.
I'm talked about Drew Smith.
How about
you made us
Hill?
talk about Drew Smith and Julian Hill for weeks.
You're talking about Julian Hill, the Dolphins starting tight end, right?
Yeah, the guy who had
I told you
the 2-point conversion.
That I told you 3 years ago would make this roster and would be a starting caliber tight end. So you're talking about the Dolphins starting tight end. That's a hit. That's one of my 3,000.
What about the crappy quarterback that they
I'm like
had?
Kendrick Lamar.
What about
That's
that
a Super Bowl hit after hit
what about
after
that
hit?
What about that crappy quarterback that was on the roster for 6 years?
Skylar Thompson?
Yeah, Skylar Thompson.
You're talking about the Steelers backup quarterback?
You talking about? You talking about?
We've gotten a couple interesting Shams bombs over the last 24 hours. Just to kind of sum up some big talking points that you may have missed. Giannis Antetokounmpo seems to be. Let me phrase this properly because I know you took issue with how I phrased it earlier.
Well, I did see something. I got a push notification. I don't know. This is Yahoo.
Well, Shams was on ESPN NBA Today talking about it, and he elaborated on his initial tweet, which was that Giannis and his agent are having convos with the Bucks about his future and discussing whether his best fit is to stay or to move elsewhere. And they expect a resolution in the coming weeks. The Bucks, if you haven't been paying attention, are not in a good situation in terms of their record. They're only 9-8 when Giannis plays. They're 1-5 when he does not play. And this season, when you coming in, Giannis was using it as one of those like, hey, you have to prove
to me this season. Yep.
Right. And the Bucks in reality have made a lot of bad roster decisions, a lot of bad decisions that just have not paid dividends. And it seems like Shams was saying that this ends with Giannis asking for a trade.
No matter how you word it or how Shams words it, we've seen two ends of the spectrum today. Because I just read during the break, Chris Paul didn't talk to Ty Lue for 3 weeks. Didn't speak to him. So Chris Paul gets upset and he puts he puts the silent treatment on his coach. Giannis gets upset and him and his agent sit down with the organization to discuss the future. Two upset players, two different coaches.
Engage as adults. But we know that about, Giannis's personality, Chris Paul's personality. Like that all makes sense.
The difference, though, is that if Chris Paul was in his prime, Ty Lue would have been fired. But now you'd be crazy to make decisions based on how Chris Paul's feeling. If Giannis wants Doc Rivers fired, they could probably make that happen. The thing is, they've done this already. Right. They've had 2 head coaches fired. Budenholzer, who won a title there, they fired because Giannis wasn't thrilled with him either.
Good-looking guy, that Budenholzer, don't you think?
Not my type.
Budenholzer?
Huh. A lot of people tell me I look like Budenholzer. I think he's a good-looking guy.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, dime.
Wood.
Smash. Everybody settle down.
I saw this tweet from
children
from Matt Verderame or Verde. I want to say Verderame, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Valderrama.
He writes for El Pibe. He writes for
he made him Venezuelan.
El Pibe is my favorite soccer player in South Florida, and I'm including Leo Messi.
He writes for SI.com, and he said the Patriots have the best quarterback head coach combo in the AFC East, and that means they're here to stay again. And that was regarding Monday Night Football victory. And I wanted to ask you
another quarterback coach combo for the Patriots.
But if we're talking next 10 years, so forget about this year, next 10 years, are they the quarterback head coach combo you'd most want to have in the NFL right now?
I hope not. I'm still holding out hope that people are going to figure out Drake May, and we're going to find out they've had a very weak schedule, which they have, and they're going to come back down to earth. I can't take that again. I cannot take that again.
Because I'll just read you.
You say 10 years?
For the next 10 years, because obviously this year, I think everybody's still taking Mahomes, Andy Reid, right?
Yeah.
Like, I still think you take that. Harbaugh, Lamar Jackson come playoff time. McVay, Matthew Stafford this year. Harbaugh, Herbert, McDermott, Josh Allen.
Dan Campbell.
And
your boy Goff.
Yeah.
No, he's old too, man. Damn, if you would have said 5 years, I had some answers for you. 10 years. It might see Drake.
Sirianni and Jalen Hurts.
Oh, hell, I would take that for 10 days.
That's at the tail end, man.
Your boy D'Amico Ryans and C.J. Stroud.
They're coming on again.
They're coming on, but no, because I think
Jordan Love.
It's hard as hell to find a good quarterback, and I think we concentrate on that. It's hard as hell to find a good head coach too. You heard his favorite saying, Vrabel's?
Mm-mm.
He said it's things that what did he say? It's things that make you win, it's things that make you lose, and it's bleep that get you beat. And he says, like, that's his saying. It's very non-Belichickian, but I like it.
Tua McDaniel?
I would take that for what time is it? 4:18. I'm good at 5:18.
By the way,
a funny tweet. Did you guys see this the other day about the what Mike Tomlin said? I gotta find this because I don't want to get it wrong. Somebody had a tweet of what Mike Tomlin always like ends up saying and then what happens. Did you see it?
No, but I had a story from Ben Roethlisberger's podcast saying
Tomlin's time is done.
What you were saying, which was, quote, maybe it's clean house time.
I'm telling you, there's a possibility he could end up in Miami. I really feel that because I don't think that they're going to do the same thing again, which is find a coordinator or a hot young coach that's got potential. They've done that before. It has not worked. They got to get, like we said, a Harbaugh, a Tomlin. You'd have thought maybe a Belichick if he hadn't had this disaster at UNC. I think he's kind of off the table at this point, but it's going to be, I think, a guy who has been a successful coach. Here's the tweet. It has gone viral. Mike Tomlin will say something like, "We can't eat soup with forks. We need spoons." And then the Steelers will sign a 2018 Pro Bowler to the practice squad. I love that. I think that's so perfect.
Tomlin to Miami makes sense, not because I like him and he's my friend and it's a brag, honestly. Like, I love Mike Tomlin, but the standard is the standard, stability, all the sayings that you say he's bringing, that's what we need.
Every box you want to check. Every box you want to check.
You talk about Solana, you always talk about the identity of a team. The second Tomlin's your head coach, I can write you down what the standard is and what the identity of the team is going to look like. I can honestly do it before he even steps foot in Davie.
I would want Tomlin to get hired and come fight somebody here. Like, just this is how it's going to go from now on. Make this team tough. That's what I want.
You have Tomlin as your head coach. You're not going to have a quarterback out there talking about people don't show up for the film sessions.
No.
Oh, wait a second. Huh. Happened this week.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else in the headlines? I want to make sure we have enough time with Alex Dowdle.
I told y'all, and Ryan argued with me because I told him my take too, that Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers are going to fall out, and he said no. Watch. I could be wrong. Y'all too. He was like, it's not there. He said if it happens, it'll never get out in the media. But he was like, Tomlin's he's not even going to talk to him if he gets upset. Like, he's not going to be able to go in his office. Like, Tomlin won't take the time of day to sit around and talk to an upset player, which I love. Oh, he's mad? Yeah, tell him call me. I'm fine.
Well, especially if you have no ties to the guy. Like, you played for this organization 9 games, 10 games, hit the bricks.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, there were no stories about him and Antonio Brown, no stories about him and Shady McCoy. Like, if there was no stories,
he was the only guy who kept Antonio Brown in lockstep with the team.
Mm-hmm. If you ever watch Antonio Brown's interviews, he praises Mike Tomlin the second you bring his name up. Every single interview I've watched, he made him rich. Hell,
yep.
Your weather. It's sponsored by ChillZone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems. Visit chillzoneac.com. It's cleared up a little bit here in El Portal. Tonight, the lows will be in the mid-70s. Would you concur?
Yeah, beautiful night for the Boca Raton Christmas parade. Hey. I'm very excited for it.
What do you do there?
I watch the parade. What else would I do there?
But what happens at this parade?
What happens in a parade?
Yeah.
Hawk, is it a parade or a couple Kias driving around in a circle?
Yeah, I mean, it's a local Boca Raton Christmas parade. There's going to be a Boca Raton Bowl float It's going to feature Bush's baked beans. There's going to be some high school marching bands. Yeah, I mean, it's a local city parade.
I used to go to the Orange Bowl parade here in Miami.
Oh, this is very similar to that.
Boca marching bands?
Yeah, high school marching bands.
Ah, very, very bleached.
They had a Boca dance troupe in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
That's the leader. That's the
They did.
leader of the band right there.
They did. They had a Boca dance troupe in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Who's the guy in front of the parade leading it?
Have you done like parades, like marching bands?
Yeah, I was in concert band.
Oh man! For those of you not watching on video, Solana just put up a picture of himself holding his drumsticks.
The Coral Reef marching band tried to recruit me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they tried to recruit me.
Scholarship?
Going into
Scholarship?
going to high school. Yeah. I took my talents.
Solana,
Took
you
my
had
talents.
an asthma attack. An asthma attack 2 blocks in.
Should have seen me on that tom drum, brother.
Get Alejandro. He's on the ground again.
Like, hey, maybe we bring someone in for the marching band portion, but when we're stationary, you're our guy.
Remember Nick Cannon? in Drumline?
Yeah.
He's a P1?
Yeah.
I was a P1.
Yeah.
Man, you a heavy little baby.
You're heavy now.
You a heavy little baby. That's crazy.
Anything else?
That's about it for me, Hoch.
Alex Dono is going to join us in the next segment. Gulfstream Park in beautiful Hallandale Beach is off and racing. Spend a great afternoon at Gulfstream. The championship meet is on, featuring live racing every Thursday through Sunday. Witness the nation's top horses and jockeys compete on the iconic Gulfstream track and enjoy the thrill of racing all season long. You can make it a full day out in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining, unbeatable track views, convenient wagering options. I'm wearing my Gulfstream Park hat right now as I talk about them. For schedules, reservations, tickets, go to gulfstreampark.com. Gulfstream Park, they've got their annual wall calendar giveaway this Friday. Pick up a complimentary 2026 wall calendar while supplies last. Believe it or not, it's going to be New Year's Eve before you know it. Book New Year's Eve right now at 10 Palms for an incredible way to ring in the new year. Get tickets now for the ultimate New Year's Eve celebration. Your ticket includes premium endless dining, live band, a DJ, party favors, photo booths, and a midnight champagne toast. And of course, don't forget to purchase your Pegasus World Cup tickets soon, because that's going to be here before you know it. And tickets for that sell out every year. So get them now. Get all the tickets, get all the info at gulfstreampark.com.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Is there any possibility that Billy the Marlin is a bird?
Love this song, Jimmy. Let's give that to DBJ for a bowl game. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Love that. All right, Dono, in 1 second, I want to tell you first about my good friends in the award-winning team at Durrell Kia. Right now, you can choose from a huge selection of Kia models like Sportage, Sorento, and Telluride. And with over 500 new Kias in their inventory, all you have to do is just pick the color you want. Nobody sells for less. We got our son, his Kia K4 at Durrell Kia with Mitchell, the king of Kias. Took great care of us. He'll take great care of you. They've got flexible financing options. They will get you the best rates possible on the new Kia of your dreams. So why pay more, save money, and pay less? The great deals are at Durrell Kia. Was Crowder chewing or something while I was doing that?
Yeah, he was doing. I don't know if he was like slamming some papers down or.
I was writing.
You're playing tic-tac-toe or something?
Y'all can hear this?
You're doing Mad Lib? Well, yeah, we can hear it because that microphone is so faulty that it's blasting until you start talking. I've told you this a million times. Until it figures out where it's supposed to get the sound from, because it's the cheapest microphone in the history of radio, it just blasts sound from wherever it gets some.
I ordered the Bukamu, whatever y'all sent me.
You did? You did?
Yeah. Yes.
When you say you ordered it, I order things on Amazon. It's there in 2 hours. So when you say you ordered it, like how can it not?
I don't put a speed. I don't put no speedster.
There's no
bar.
speed
I don't
stuff. There's no. It just comes all of a sudden. It's at your house. Like there's no speed setting.
No rush.
How did
I go ground? I go U.S. ground.
How could he have possibly connected to the Wi-Fi in his car 3 hours ago, and then now he's saying he doesn't speed deliver?
Like you were connected. I saw Solana just put up on Twitter you calling in on your laptop with your computer connected to your car's Wi-Fi to do a segment with us. How did you make that happen? And you don't realize that this microphone is picking up you hammering away at your Mad Libs.
In college, they called me Black Bill Gates.
All right. Well, let's bring on Alex Dono. Alex Dono is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Before we talk football, I remind you the best place to get geared up with Canes merch is Caneswear in Davie or online at caneswear.com. Alex Dono is the host of Locked On Canes and the Locked On ACC podcast as well. And he hosts the Hurricanes post-game show on this very radio station. And he's our Canes expert. So what was your reaction last night? You're watching the college football playoff committee's decisions, seedings, rankings, and you see it's going to be a long road to hoe to get into the playoffs. What was your reaction watching it?
Yeah, I was disappointed, obviously, because if Miami's going to get in, you need to be in the top 10. Being number 12 is not good enough because there are going to be 2 auto bids that are going to jump over number 11 and number 12. So disappointment is obvious. But I was not surprised. Now, there are still people out there, and even the committee chair. And every time I listen to the committee chair, I feel dumber than before I listened to him speak. But the committee chair did even give an opening that, hey, you know what? If Miami and Notre Dame were to find themselves back-to-back and not having teams between them, they have one team still between them because Notre Dame moved down 1 spot to number 10. BYU is at 11. Miami is number 12. So he basically says we cannot possibly weigh the head-to-head because there have been teams in between them, but maybe if they find themselves back-to-back. So he's kind of leaving the door open. But again, I still feel that if they felt that Miami should be ranked in front of Notre Dame, why are they not ranked in front of Notre Dame now? That's what I'm wondering about the committee. If they're going to next week magically decide, you know what happened August 31st actually does matter. What happened between their 4 common opponents suddenly does matter. I don't know why they wouldn't do that on Tuesday night, why they would wait till Sunday to do that.
And Dono, because Notre Dame and UM aren't playing. So the thought is, how are they going to move anywhere when they're not playing? But you just said it, BYU's between them. So if Texas Tech beats BYU, Now the Canes move up, and then they're going to jump them again because he just said that foolishness the other night. If they're back to back, now you go head to head. Like, do you think that, what is it, Alabama, Georgia, or BYU, Texas Tech? Do you think that could vault the Canes into the college football playoffs? Because rationally, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, so with BYU, I think they have a must-win on Saturday in their conference championship game, because just the fact that BYU's even ranked this low with only one loss, the committee does not have any love to BYU. Like, there are certain programs, Alabama, they're going out of their way to help Bama. Notre Dame, they're obviously going out of their way to help Notre Dame. BYU is not going to get any help. The only way BYU gets in is if they beat Texas Tech. Texas Tech already blew out BYU this year, and Texas Tech is far better on paper than BYU. So I think BYU is going to be out. So your scenario does stand. Alabama is the other team that has a conference championship game. Now, even though I think BYU definitely could lose their spot if they lose the conference championship game, I have my doubts about the Bama situation. Now, obviously, people put their tinfoil hats on and assume the SEC is going to get favorable treatment. But the situation Bama is in, so this past Saturday, Crowder, Alabama, they beat 5-7 Auburn by 7 points. And the committee was so moved by that performance, they decided to move Bama up a spot. Like, meanwhile, Miami beat the number 22 team in the country 38-7 on the road. They don't move up, but Bama beats a non-bowl eligible Auburn team without a coach, and they move up a spot. So I believe the committee, in my humble opinion, is putting Alabama in a situation where if they lose a close game against Georgia, which I think is the most likely outcome, I think Georgia probably wins a close one. I don't think either team is getting blown out. So I think if Bama loses close, the committee can say, we'll move them down one spot, but they're still in the playoff. And obviously, if Bama wins, they're a lock. So I think there's a real scenario where BYU drops out. And then, like you said, Miami would have to hope that if BYU drops out, that Miami and Notre Dame are only separated by the one spot, and then the committee maybe is actually going to say, yeah, you know what? We forgot Miami won when they played ahead. Maybe it's time to jump Miami in front. So I think that's Miami's only hope.
Dono, what's the end goal here for the Canes after this season? Because in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, what's the point of scheduling Notre Dame? What's the point of scheduling the University of Florida? What's the point of having a season where you beat Notre Dame, you beat Florida, you beat USF, you beat FSU, and the committee still says, well, you're in the ACC, you had 2 losses, so we don't really care about what you did on the field anyways. You're not making the playoffs. Just schedule Bethune, schedule Florida A&M, schedule my FIU Panthers. I don't mean it as a slight. I'm being honest. What benefit does it give the University of Miami outside of TV exposure if it's not going to end up resulting in them beating them and getting rewarded for it?
Right, exactly. And because I'll take it one further. Notre Dame gets more benefit from losing to Miami than Miami got from beating Notre Dame, because the best thing on Notre Dame's resume is their losses. Oh, they lost to a ranked Miami. They lost to a ranked Texas A&M. Never mind the fact that Notre Dame's best win was against a 9-3 USC team, and they haven't beaten anybody who's currently in the playoff field. So I'm with you 1,000%. Like, for whatever reason, Notre Dame gets more out of losing to Miami than Miami gets out of beating them. And like, I totally think you're right that this gives you less incentive to schedule not great, non-conference opponents. It doesn't. Unfortunately, the situation that the ACC is in is they have a and again, the ACC commissioner he's a bum. But Jim Phillips now has requirements. Since Notre Dame has a scheduling agreement with the ACC, you're kind of locked into playing them. And then I think also Miami probably feels like if we go and cancel the game, then we look soft. Like, I don't know if that comes into Dan Radakovic's decision-making or not. But you also mentioned, Solana, there is an obvious benefit to playing Notre Dame, and that's, the TV ratings are going to be through the roof. I think over 10 million people watched Miami versus Notre Dame on August 31st. So, I mean, you have to kind of decide, is the extra TV money worth potentially getting screwed out of the playoff if you beat that team? I don't know.
Where do you fall on this? If the Canes don't make the playoffs, Dono, which is your approach? Hey, don't lose 2 games that you should win. So ultimately, it's Mario's fault. if you handle your business against Louisville and SMU like you should, then you wouldn't be in this situation? Or do you take the track of, hey, you went 10-2. You beat some class opponents like Solana just laid out for you. You had a couple stumbles during the season, but most teams do. So great season, Mario. Great season, Canes. You got ripped off by the committee.
I lean more to great season, this is not to completely excuse those losses, but I think you have to lean more to great season for a couple of different reasons. Miami killed, at least this year, they killed the narrative of, hey, this team, once they lose, they never bounce back, or they can't win in November, right? They ended November with 4 dominant wins, including a road game against Pittsburgh. A lot of Miami fans didn't think the Canes were going to win that game. I talked to Hurricanes fans every single day, and my comment section was like, it's cold. We're going to lose. It's Mario in November. We have no chance. And they go out there and win that game. And this is consecutive 10-win seasons now, Hoch. First time Miami has done that in consecutive seasons in over 20 years, 2002 and 2003. So I do lean to, like, this is a really good season. And also, like, this 10-2, I think this 10-2 was even better than last year's 10-2 because Miami had a tougher schedule this year. Like, the schedule was much easier last year, and they faded at the end of the season versus finishing the season strong. There's obviously a little bit of nuance to this because, yeah, they should have been able to beat Louisville in a close game. And the SMU thing, I mean, listen, I probably blame the ACC officials on that as much as I blame Miami, but you could say it shouldn't have been that close. So, yeah, I wish the team was perfect. They're obviously not perfect yet, but I do lean to 10-2 with some quality wins. This was a really good season, and it's probably a season that should be enough to get them into the playoff.
And Dono, that SMU, and I've talked about this before with Louisville. They're trying to keep the games close, and that the style of ball Mario plays, where the style points is what this committee's doing. We're talking about the BCS versus the committees, where the human beings are watching it. They go out there and run damn Pitt off the field. That was embarrassing for Pitt's football program. Like, will Mario learn from this year if they don't make it, or if they do make it? Just learn from this year. Go out there and put 50 on the board and don't leave this up to anybody.
Yeah, and I think he didn't even have to wait till the end of the year to learn it. I think he learned it in mid-November because that's when you really started to see things turn around. And I think you have to give credit to personnel as well, because I think it was a little like late October. Carson Beck was in a funk. He started the season strong. He finished the season really strong. I think that they were calling plays a little bit like late October, first game of November to kind of protect him a little bit. And then I think towards the end of the year, like when Miami discovered Gerard Pringle, who's a true freshman, he was ready to go like late in the season. He was able to really open up their running game and make it more explosive. Throughout the season, every week, Malachi Toney got more and more comfortable. Just like the amount of responsibility that Toney was able to take on as a guy who's getting targeted 15, 20 times per game, catching 12, 13 balls per game. He's throwing passes. He's running it 3-4 times a game. Like Miami, I think Malachi and Miami both got more comfortable with each other throughout the year, and that helped the offense become more open and more explosive. But I think there was also the conscious effort. So I would like to think and hope that, like you said, Crowder, Cristobal did learn that, hey, we need to do what we were doing in November this year. This needs to be Miami's identity full time.
Alex Dono, check out Locked On Canes podcast, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you next week, Dono, about a college football playoff matchup that the Hurricanes will have. If not, we'll talk about
the committee is so unpredictable, and I'm not ruling anything out.
Anything could happen. Anything. You're saying there's a chance.
It sounds like let's go Texas Tech. So BYU falls out, and if BYU wins, there's no chance.
No, yeah. If BYU wins, our goose is cooked.
Yeah.
Our cookie is crumbled, as they say.
We got a goose cooked if BYU wins. Put that on the podcast, Jimmy. The goose is cooked. Scenarios in which the goose is cooked. See you, Dono. We love you.
See you.
There you go. 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour is coming up. If you're struggling to find that perfect gift for the holidays, everybody loves fine jewelry and watches, and you can come to one of the 3 International Jewelers Exchange. They've got 40 years in business. And like I say, 3 convenient South Florida locations. They really are your jewelry superstore. More than 150 individual jewelers at their locations, and they're all family owned and operated. If you're in Aventura, they're just a block south of the mall. If you're in Boca Raton, they're a block west of the Turnpike on Glades. And if you're in Boynton Beach, they're at the corner of Military Trail and Boynton Beach Boulevard. If you have never stepped foot in the International Jewelers Exchange before, think of it like this. It's not just like walking into a jewelry store. It's a superstore. There's more than 150 individual jewelers, all family owned and operated, like I said, and they're all under one roof. And you literally will be able to find anything you're looking for. You'll be able to find something for everyone on your holiday list. If you love timepieces, they have every watch you've ever dreamed of. If you'd like to custom design a piece of jewelry for someone, that's no problem at International Jewelers Exchange. And you're not dealing with salespeople, commission salespeople. You're engaging with jewelers with over 50 years experience, and the prices are wholesale to the public. You're going to see items up to 70% off retail. So again, doing your holiday shopping, International Jewelers Exchange, 3 locations: Boca Raton on Glades, just west of the Turnpike; Aventura, just a block south of Aventura Mall; and Boynton Beach at Boynton Beach Boulevard and Military Trail. And happy holidays from the International Jewelers Exchange, unbeatable by design.
This is Hoch, Crowder, and Solana.
Everything that comes out of my mouth is generally wrong. Just give that to DBJ. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. And we've had a fun show today. We'll try to do the same for the next 57 minutes. Oh, there's a Kentucky-Miami basketball game, women's basketball game on right now. I had no idea. It's on ESPN too.
It is.
How about that?
Go Canes.
Go Canes. 5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha happy hour. So I don't know. I think I told Solana yesterday what they're doing for the Jets game, the Eat the Enemy. You weren't here yesterday. So
I got it Monday.
Did you?
Yeah, run it back. The sandwich.
Right. Did we know that though? Like, did we get confirmation, or was that just your suggestion?
No, you did on Monday.
Oh, okay. Monday we talked about this, so I'll tell you again. So Funky Buddha in Oakland Park for the Dolphins game on Sunday, the Eat the Enemy item, because they're in New York, not really, but they're in New York. The stacked up shaved house-made pastrami with melted Swiss, caramelized onion, and beer mustard on buttered marble rye.
Oh, sounds so good.
Good looking sandwich right there. That's at Funky Buddha. And I'll remind you again, a couple things. If you are the person at your office that books the company holiday party, don't do another boring venue. Hey, listen, nobody wants to get together in a hotel ballroom while they bring out, pigs in a blanket in some sort of chafing dish. And nobody's interested. They want to have fun at the holiday party. They want to drink a beer. They want to have some of Chef Jeff Vincent's, signature items, like a whipped ricotta.
I was recently at a holiday party. I hope they're not listening. And it was at one of those special rooms at the restaurant, the duck off, little secret duck off restaurant rooms. And the appetizer was an octopus leg. Man, I wish I was at Funky Buddha.
I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? You go to Funky Buddha, you've got, here comes Tommy Tig walking in. Love to see Tommy Tig. He's got a big old jacket on. Is it cold out? Look at that. He's got limping a little. Yeah, what are you looking at me?
That's just a swag walk.
Is that his gait? Is that his normal gait?
Yeah, it's just a swag walk.
Tommy walk.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, the pace of play. With that kind of pace of play, he's hurting.
He's wearing down. He's wearing down the lead pace.
They're scoring 130 a game. He can't keep that up all season.
He's gonna talk to Spo. Coach Spo, are you tired? Are you worried about the players wearing down? No, I'm worried about Tommy Tig though, because this pace of play is just killing him. Anyway, if you book your holiday party, book it at Funky Buddha. They can fit 15 to 500 people, and they really do it right. So lock in your date now at funkybuddha.com. By the way, if you're looking for a great gift for someone who loves beer this holiday season, give the gift of beer with an Imperial Club membership. So you go to Funky Buddha in Oakland Park. The Imperial Club is a members-only club that grants access to 5 exclusive barrel-aged beers, each with collectible, unique labels every year. Their latest release is French Toast. But that's a great, clever gift to get someone for the holidays. Think outside the box a little bit. What are you going to give somebody a tie? You giving them socks? I just sent you on Instagram a DM of something that I want for Hanukkah, if you're so inclined. Little action figures of AJ and Big Justice and the Rizzler. AEW's putting these out. So
I already bought you a Christmas present.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want to get me something, for the second night of Hanukkah, you get me these action figures. I'd like to put them somewhere.
Does the Coke Zero count?
That was for my birthday, Jimmy.
Oh, okay.
That does not count. What's going on at Funky Buddha tonight?
No
Anybody know?
Christmas gifts.
Oh, Wednesday.
Dan Day.
Magic the Gathering. 6:30 tonight. They've got a Buddha Run coming up. Isn't that funky music they have on the graphic? Buddha Run Club.
Jimmy got scared when you started the music.
Oh, did he? I wasn't looking at the video. Every Wednesday.
He looked all around.
Get a burger and a free beer. Buy a burger tonight at Funky Buddha. Get a free beer. That's on Wednesdays. That's tonight. So look at that. A lot of action. All right, let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour with Solana. Brought to you by Doral Kia, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
How about Manny Diaz campaigning for the U?
Really?
Mm-hmm. He was just on a BetMGM show. Quote, Miami should be in the playoff, and we're fussing at rankings because the rankings are not paying attention to the head-to-head.
All right, good on him.
Yeah.
Good on him.
Where is he at?
He's at ACC Conference Championship level Duke with 5 losses.
I think he's he's cheering for the ACC, not Miami.
Well, he is, but that's cool out of him because
Yeah.
he has no reason to root for Miami.
On
He's
the contrary,
Right.
he could be pumping his chest right now.
Yeah, he's in the conference championship game with 5 losses, but he doesn't have to do that for Miami. I thought that's solid.
Malachi Toney named ACC Rookie of the Year, one of the 5 finalists for the Sean Alexander Freshman of the Year award.
Do you think this would happen? So I had asked for some Heat tickets over the holidays so I could take, my son will be in town. We'll go to a Heat game. So I got some Heat tickets. And I was thinking, would this be fun? And would AJ and Big Justice go for it? I've got AJ's phone number. I ran into him in Boca. We exchanged pleasantries, gave me his phone number. Well, what if I invited them to the Heat game with me and DJ? And I didn't tell DJ. And then all of a sudden I go, I got to pick up a couple friends of mine. And, we get to someone's house in Boca because they live in Boca. Beep, beep. And AJ and Big Justice walk out and they're going to the Heat game with us. Would that be fun?
Don't embarrass your son.
You think that would embarrass him? I think that'd be fun.
The entire way down, you're listening to Big Fat Meatballs, like for 2.5 hours driving down.
I have a Costco guys playlist that I'm ready to roll. That would be fun, right?
That would be.
That's a cool thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna text them.
No.
Your
son is really cool. He's in his early 20s. Like, that's not
He likes
cool.
them. He likes them.
He likes them because you like him. He doesn't. You think he's hanging out with girls? He's hanging out with girls talking about Justice and AJ.
Probably. They're viral.
No.
Yep.
No action. That is no action involved with
You don't-
Justice and AJ.
You don't know.
Well, either invite them or invite a boogie with the hoodie.
I don't think I have a good chance of him going. He does love a boogie.
I'm gonna quiz.
Hey, can I have your phone number? How many booms in my eyes, baby? They
got a new boom meter.
I saw.
They have a new boom meter.
I
Did
saw.
you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Do
How
it
many
if you
booms
want to
did you
keep
give
him
the
a
new boom
virgin.
meter?
I gave the new boom meter 5 booms.
5 booms?
5 big booms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Guarantee no grandchildren. Keep this Justice and AJ around your son.
Nah, man. People love them.
Mm-mm. You don't want no
They were
grandbabies? You
invited-
got it.
They were invited to the Rangers game. There was a suite, and there was a bunch of influencers there. I don't know if you saw that.
Mm.
This was a couple days ago. Maybe it was a New York Knicks game, but they'll go to a game if they're invited.
That's what I think. Like, they're normal, everyday guys. You'd think that they're, like superstar celebrities, but they're normal, everyday people in Boca. And I'm sure they'd love to go to a Heat game. And so if I invite them, would they not come? I think they would. And then if I didn't tell DJ and we just showed up and we picked up Big Boom Justice, Big Boom AJ, and the hell's their name? The hell's their name? If we just pick them up, I think that'll be a fun night out.
They're big time celebrities.
Yeah, but they act
Come
like
on,
normal,
man.
everyday folk.
Down
That's
to
the thing
earth.
that they're down to earth. They're
They're
grounded.
normal, everyday people. That's why they're down to earth,
grounded.
because they're normal people.
I know. That's why I love them, because they're grounded. How many?
They're on the ground.
Who would be asked for more pictures at the Kaseya Center? Me or AJ and Big Justice?
Oof, that's close.
Close.
Yeah.
Them by a mile, though. Let's be honest.
I would say you.
I'm gonna make this happen.
Celebrities.
You keep doing that. That's the angle you keep taking, Crowder. These guys have way
Listen.
more celeb than you do.
Listen.
I don't know why you keep taking this angle. If you were at the Kaseya Center,
no, you
next to
want to
these guys,
compare them to
you'd
me.
have
I
way
actually
more
did something in life. No. Me or them at the Kaseya Center in Miami. Me or them.
Oh
No,
my
no,
God!
no, because they're so famous.
close. They would get on. They would
They're
get
so
brought
famous. Me
on
or them
the
at a Heat
screen,
game.
Yes.
and the Heat would
They
make
w-
this big announcement. They'd bring
Yes.
them down to the court. They'd
Yes.
have AJ do the booms.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
get brought on the screen.
Oh,
you don't.
stop it! What are you talking about?
You were
have
at
to circle your face in a crowd of about 800 people when they're doing the dancing banana.
you were at the Kaseya Center for an NBA Finals game. The only person who recognized you was me.
Come on, man. Big Justice and the Blizzy. What's his name? The little
That's
Blizzard.
right.
I don't know his name.
Let me quiz you guys here.
How about that? What if I text Big Boom AJ?
It's Big Justice and Big Boom.
No, you're doing the same thing.
It's
Oh, there
Big
we go,
AJ,
yeah.
Big Boom Justice.
There we go.
what it's AJ and Big Justice,
Correct.
but Big Boom AJ sometimes if you
Big
feel
Boom
like it.
AJ.
But what if I text him, Big Boom AJ, and I'm like, hey, would you like to go to the Heat game with me, whatever? And he's like, yeah. As a matter of fact, the Rizzler's in town. Well, now I can't take DJ anymore. I've only got now I've got to go with Big Boom, Big Boom AJ, Big Justice, and the
The
Rizzler.
Rizzler.
Now I'm just part of their crew, which that's not bad either.
And do you refer to him as Mr. Rizzler or just Sir Riz God?
No, the. You like that, Jimmy? I thought that was funny too. All right. Anything else in the headlines? Because I want to get to Zach Gill.
The only thing I prepared for the show today was a damn quiz on the 2006 NBA Finals, and Hoch hasn't let me get to it all show. One of these players was not on the 2006 Heat team that won the title.
Was not on the 2006 Heat team that won the title.
James Posey, Gary Payton,
Yeah.
Keon Dooling,
Right.
Shannon Anderson.
Keon Dooling.
Gary Payton.
No, stop it. Come on. I mean, that's the giveaway. No, it's
Cologne.
Keon Dooling.
Correct.
Yeah. I happen to love Keon Dooling.
Do you?
He used to come on with us on the Lebitard show. He was an excellent guest. I think he's subsequently gone to prison. I think he ripped off a bunch of people. No joke. And he's such a nice guy, but I think he's gone to prison.
More like Keon
I
Steele.
love him.
Hey.
I love him.
All right, one of these players is not on the 06 team.
Keon Dooling.
Alonzo Mourning, Malik Allen, Michael Doliak, Jason Capono.
Hold on. I'm checking out Keon Dooling here. for a
Capono.
second.
Incorrect.
Criminal proceedings. When you have a tab on Wikipedia that says criminal proceedings, that's never good. On April 27, 2022, Dooling was arrested on fraud charges stemming from his role in a scheme to defraud the NBA's health and welfare benefit plan. On February 18, 2023, Dooling was sentenced to 30 months in prison.
Oh, that was the same thing. What was it? Clinton Portis got caught up in trying to mess over the reimbursement health thing.
He does a podcast now with 10-Day Tony from the Lebitard
Keon
show.
Dooling does?
Yeah. Called The Crossover.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
Except for that prison stint. All right, what was the next question? Because we really got to get to go.
What? Capono.
What was the question?
Can you name the starting five of the 2006 Miami Heat NBA Finals team?
Oh boy, that was Shaq, Wade. What? You're a little delayed.
No, I just think he said, but that's it.
Shaq, Wade. Was Zoe a starter?
No.
No, I don't think so. Shaq, Wade, Gary Payton.
Nope.
No?
No.
He wasn't a starter?
He was not a starter.
He was not a starter.
He was not a starter.
You're saying he didn't start.
He was not in the starting five.
Gary Payton didn't start.
Gary Payton was not announced by Mike B as the first 5.
James Posey.
No.
UD.
Shavlik Randolph.
Udonis Haslam starter.
Wow.
That's 3 of 5.
Good for him. And then 2 other guys.
Mm-hmm. That's when he could play ball.
Well done.
Mm-hmm.
The little one. Oh.
Jason Williams.
Yeah, Jay
With the
Will,
Jackson.
55, white chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double nickel.
Mm-hmm. And then Antoine Walker. There's your starting 5.
Shimmy shake.
Uh-huh. All right, this was fun.
I enjoyed that a lot. Not even going to lie.
Your weather.
I just like how delayed Crowder is. There's like you can barely hear him, and just a random laughter in the background. You know what we're talking about.
Crowder's best contribution to the segment was
weather.
Sponsored by Chilzone AC, featuring reliable root AC systems.
Can you disconnect him, please? He's throwing me way off.
Visit chillzoneac.com.
But
Zach Gelb is going to join us in the next segment. Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game or a fight. They got HD TVs throughout the club. They've got 4 stages of entertainment. The most beautiful ladies in South Florida. Cheetah Pompano has the amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. Happy hour specials till 6. A lot going on this December. So Cheetah Pompano, Cheetah Palm Beach. Saturday, December 13th is the 6th annual Michael A. Vera Rodriguez Medal of Honor 5K run and walk. That's at the Hollywood Beach Broadwalk. You can register to run or walk in it at fun5krun.org. Fun5krun.org. Then once again this month, they do this every year. Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach will help local families in need by giving away 2,000 free turkeys Monday, December 22nd in the parking lots of both clubs. So if you're struggling a little this holiday season, the 2,000 turkeys will be given away starting at 11 a.m. Monday, December 22nd in the parking lots at Cheetah Pompano and Cheetah Palm Beach. Just line up, grab your free turkey. So Cheetah's way of making sure everyone has a happy holiday season. I always say it, every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hoch, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Crowder, how many booms would you give today's show?
I'm not booming nothing.